Hello out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this, totally. So for all of you fans of the thing, especially the new version, the new Nightdive remaster of the thing, we're going to be talking to one of the game programmers from the game. Had a major part in the development of this release. Josh Dowell. And so why don't we just get right to it? All right, everybody. Hey ho. Yo, there we go. And hello, everybody. Hey, look, we're up and we're on the air. Is that what they call this now? No. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Oh, here, just a second. There we go. Sorry, just adjusting my little background here. This is Josh Dowell. He was one of the game programmers on this release of the thing, which I've been enjoying thoroughly. We'll get into all of the nooks and crannies about how you approach a project like this, because I know there was a ton of work to do on this thing.
Yep.
A ton. But first of all, just want to actually talk about you and who you are, where you come from, what's your background in game programming and whatnot.
Well, I'm Josh. I'm self-taught in programming. I started in like 2018, just bored, couldn't think of anything else to do, just started programming. Did that for a bit, fell out of favor, went back to it. Ended up going to college for animation. Didn't go for that. And yeah, I just started volunteering on open source projects. Got my first job about 4 years ago. And then eventually found my way to Nightdive. Unfortunately, the company I was with before didn't do well during COVID. And I thought, hey, I'll send off an application to Nightdive. And yeah, that's how I got to Nightdive.
Perfect.
It's interesting because one of the things I used to do when programming was to learn programming, I'd dig up all the old source code for Quake and Doom 3 and that kind of like old games and dig through and modernize them, port them to modern platforms, that kind of thing. And guess what I'm doing at Nightdive? I'm doing that again, but for work. So I've got like years of training.
Yeah, it's interesting how things just sort of. That's been my experience in a lot of ways. You just sort of stumble onto things, and when you look back, you wonder how you got to where you were. But I don't. It just this happened, and before you know it, you know. But what were some of the projects that you did work on, or any particular ones that we might know that prior to this?
Sven Co-op was one of the things I volunteered on, which is a Half-Life mod. Dystopia and Blade Symphony, which were a couple of Source Engine games. I was at Puny Human, which was my last place. Jabroni Brawl 3, that's probably a lot lesser known, but Portal 2 Desolation, which was a mod. Just all over the place doing odd jobs with mod teams mainly.
Sure. I'm sure that's what a lot of people do. You know, it's a sort of an industry where you don't exactly just apply for a job and then go up and then suddenly, you know, there's a lot of I don't know, a lot of footwork and a lot of bouncing around from one thing to another, and this leads to that, you know. So it's totally understandable. And as far as Nightdive, it was just sort of an out of the blue thing where you just thought, well, you know, I'm looking to find some way to get into the industry, and I'll go to Nightdive. And of course, first of all, what attracted you to Nightdive? I think it's kind of an obvious sort of thing, considering
it's
who they are.
Weird. Honestly, I wasn't even really thinking about Nightdive's whole portfolio. It was interesting to me because my cat's visiting me.
Yes, yep.
It was interesting to me because you know, the whole remastering stuff is something I was familiar with in the past, but honestly, I just applied because it was interesting. Honestly, it was the only place I applied to after my last place. But it's weird. Like, you would think that being a company that remasters games and having been somebody that likes to poke around with old code bases would be the draw to the company, but
it
I don't
just
know.
sort of worked that way.
One day, a friend literally just said, "Oh, why don't you apply to NightDive?" I went, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that."
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like I said, this is often how things happen. I find, like in general, it's just out of the blue. So when an opportunity sort of pops its head up, and you just happen to go that way, and then suddenly you go on a path. So it's kind of interesting that way.
Yes.
And this is the first. And this is the first project. So when you got into NightDive, this was sort of like, well, this is what we're working on now. We're doing the thing.
Nah, before this, I did Killing Time,
Oh,
which
yes.
was NightDive's previous release before this.
Yes.
I joined that project pretty much right at the start of it and saw it through about halfway through.
Mm.
Came back and did a few more things after that, but then moved over to the thing in like April this year.
Right.
But Killing Time was interesting because, well, I guess this is the thing stream, but I guess I can talk about
No, you can talk about Killing. Yeah, sure.
That was interesting because we pretty much wrote the engine from the ground up for that game, because we were stuck between two versions of the game, the PC version and the 3DO version. They're both totally different games.
Right.
And so I was pretty much dropped straight into the deep end. I didn't have any... I had the original code to base off of, but I was like, okay, we've got to make our own thing. Which is a different approach for NightDive, which is, I guess, not what I was expecting, but worked out in the end.
Sure. Well, and also, and Killing Time is another good example of a game that there's a lot of good in that game originally. Like, I mean, there's a lot to like about it, but holy crap, what a jank fest! I mean, like the controls, there was so much about it that was so off-putting to many people, just because people who would persevere with that kind of thing and don't mind a little jank in their games and whatnot would persevere and get the enjoyment out of it. And there was and all of the digital video stuff and whatnot. But that's a good example of a game that really just needed to be brought up to a modern sort of UI, get the controls. But the game is still pretty much the same. It's not identical, but it's just that you take that original idea and work it so that it's playable.
Give it a bit of shine, yeah.
And make it easier. Like, again, the controls are a big thing.
Yeah.
But still, something like that, there's a lot of work in it, right?
Yeah, especially since we rewrote it, basically.
Right.
But, the controls for the 3DO version are nuts. There's not many buttons on the 3DO controller, so to do stuff like switch weapons, you hold down the select button and then the D-pad down, and then it's just chaos. But yeah, there's a shocking amount of work that needs to go into remasters. I was pretty naive to it when I started, and I thought, oh, we'll get this turned around in like 5 months, 4 months. It's a lot of work, like, no matter what. The most, I suppose, difficult part of it is getting it working on all platforms bug-free, because there's always weirdness when you're handling every single console platform. You've got PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch. There's so many cases where things can go wrong, and that's probably the most difficult thing we encountered during Killing Time was, oh, this thing isn't working on PlayStation 4. This thing is working on Xbox, but doesn't work on PC, and just
right,
stuff like that.
And just moving on to the thing, for example. So, had you experienced this game before?
Sort of. I saw my dad had a copy of the game many, many years ago, and I remember reading the manual, looking at the box, looking at the back of the box, and being really interested in playing it, and I never did. I only saw brief snippets of it on YouTube from there on out, and it wasn't actually until I joined the project that I actually played the game.
Right. Was that the console version that you were into or interested, or that your father had or whatever, or was it the PC version?
PC version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I played the PC version, and I was aware of the console one, and I think there were some, even with the PC port, there were some improvements that were made. But I think the general consensus that I'm aware of is that in general, most people had a difficult time with the game in terms of its the balancing and whatnot, and of course the issues with the with the blood tests and people who would test positive or test negative, and then suddenly all of this stuff.
Yeah, that that was weird because it seems to me that with the original, the majority of people found it too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say about 60% of players roughly thought that this game is too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But not for the reasons you'd want it to be difficult. Like you'd just not that you'd be running out of ammo or running out of medkits. It'd just be unfairly difficult. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, here's a boss battle that kills you in 2 hits, and you keep retrying it. It's frustrating, and yeah. But the blood tests. There's a lot to say about the blood tests. So, yeah, the game was originally advertised as having the whole dynamic infection system, but the game's levels aren't really designed to really show that off very well. I noticed the first half of the game is a really good place for showing the system off, but then the second half is where squad mates would disappear between levels. You'd bring like 4 people into an elevator with you, and only 2 people would come out the other side in the next level. So if they were infected and would burst out into a thing the next level, they didn't get an opportunity because they weren't in the next level, and it's like the whole system started to fall apart. And not only that, but the big thing, the number one complaint we got from the very start of the project was the scripted infections. There's 3 scripted infections in the game that don't make any sense and are just there to, and players simply think are just like, it's a complete betrayal of the player's expectations of the game to just make something infected for no reason. So there was a lot of internal talk about what we should do with that, because the problem was the characters that get infected on purpose and then burst out immediately, they need, for the narrative to work, they need to die. Like the point of I wouldn't say it's a spoiler, but I suppose the whole thing in the game is you can't save your squad mates. Like, they will die. But the problem with requiring them all to die is that the players want to keep them alive, and if they die, players will reload save games and try to keep everyone alive, and then they'll see them get automatically infected, reload the save, happens again. It's just betraying the player. So how do we change that without totally breaking everything? A few ideas were floated around where instead of having them just magically get infected, we'd have like one of the small scuttler enemies jump out from behind a wall or something and infect them. But how would we code that? How would we set that up in the levels? And another idea was just remove them entirely, but then people were worried about the fallout of that. Like, can you have too many squad mates when, like, there's points of no return where they can't go, so how do you deal with that? But it was pretty late into development when we actually went through and removed all the scripted burst outs and infections. There's 3 in the entire game, and they're very, very close to each other in the 4th level and the 5th level. 3rd and 4th level, rather. But they are the number one things players remember about the game, is that betrayal of their expectations. So I'm kind of, it's shocking looking back now that we were considering not doing anything about them. But
I'm sure the original developers had the similar problem, and but we're probably caught up in the development of it and thought, well, we've got to release this thing.
The problem was, I noticed this myself near the end of development, is when you're working on the game, you get so stuck into the game that you don't think about it from how a player is going to see it. Like, I was one specific thing is I was recording a podcast on Tuesday for the Atari podcast, and the host was playing through the 2nd level, and he played it in a completely different way that I'd never played before. And usually I just run through the level. I know where all the enemies are going to come from. I just beat the level real quick. But he ran out of ammo and had to use grenades to blow up all the small scuttler enemies. And he damaged his squad mates, and his squad mates lost trust and they lost health. And it was like, I was watching all the systems in the game actually work together well. And that whole level was like, this is the game working properly.
Right.
And I'd never really seen that myself when playing the game, because I'd lost track of how players see the game. But
mm-hmm. People bring expectations to games. I mean, that's the one of the things I always argue about in a certain sense is that when you approach a game from a player standpoint, you almost want to leave your expectations at the door, because it's not always what is actually there, and your disappointments come because the game isn't what you expected it was going to be. And and this is a prime example, though. But at the same time, some of these features in this game just plain don't work. You know, it's not just a matter of expectations. You know, they had a good idea, but it's, especially in a narrative style game, it's kind of hard to pull off something like this, like you say, because you do have to have some scripted elements if you're going to have a story, but you also want it to be some sort of an open world kind of thing where it can be randomly, you know, every time you play the game, it's going to be random that whoever, you know, someone might be the thing, someone won't be the thing, or whatever.
That reminds me, yeah, that was, from what I've heard, that was the plan for The Thing 2, the cancelled sequel to this game, was that it'd be a large, more sandbox, like not open world, but it'd be larger sandbox style levels where it's people are randomly infected and you have to stop the infection from spreading, basically. And that is that's like the plans from this game actually realized into a game, and it's such a shame that game didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, I think the expectations that players bring to the original game is what hurts it the most, because
there's so much in the game, I think, that's still satisfying. It's just there's disappointing aspects to it, certainly, you know. And also the difference, even with the PC port, which is the one that I played, it seems to have improved certain aspects of it. But again, what they had to work with, you almost had to sort of do, I think, what NightDive pretty much did, which was just rebuild the game, at least from the engine-wise, from the ground up, still maintaining all the various elements. Of course, the levels were all basically the same, but you had to work the mechanics to make it more feasible, make it more workable.
Yeah, under the hood, it's still the same game, the same core game engine, basically, which has upsides and downsides. The upside is it's the same, you know, it's a proper remaster because it's the original game code, but the downside is we brought over all the bugs from the original game as well, and I'm sure pretty much most of the time I spent right at the end of development of the remaster was fixing bugs from the original game.
Right.
I found some, like, if you loaded a saved game, nothing past that point would play music, because when you load a saved game, it doesn't create the code that plays music. Like, it tries to play it, there's no music player, it returns. It's like all these bugs.
Sure, and also there's the element that now I'm a big save scummer. You know, like I like, and this is just my own particular perspective, right? Is that I like in a game, if I've done something and I've battled my way through this little sequence, well, it's done now. But unfortunately, especially with some modern engines, because they're so detailed, because there's so many factors that you have to consider from a programming point of view to maintain a save state, it's almost impossible to try and save at that particular point. So they have to use certain things. And I remember with the PC port, there was actually a mod that it was just basically changing a text file, I think, basically. But basically, it would open up a quick save. You'd still have to go to the menu and load it, but you could quick save and stuff like that. That's fine, you know. But again, that's just my own particular perspective. But ultimately, taking that same game and putting it into a newer engine, you end up having to work you know, with what you've got, if that makes any sense, you know.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's Let me think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we working with original code is something that we is kind of a big factor in a remaster. It's because there's always concern that if you change too much, you're changing the core of the game. Like, if we'd, I don't know, let's say we did something ridiculous and removed the infection system, for example. That's just obscene. But I'm kind of just rambling here. But
Yeah, no, you are, no. Well, I just sort of threw you for a loop with my question, I think. But anyway, here's the but anyway, the point is that I'm saying is that you're taking an older game, but you're putting it into a modern engine, so you have to try and make it work in a contemporary sort of sense. So you are working with the older code and all the old bugs, but you have to take that and put it into a whole, you know, into this new package. So that, and especially, same thing, it has to work on everything, right? It has to work on all of the platforms and whatnot as well. Oh, I was going to say one thing I remember, like, speaking of bugs, I didn't notice anything serious, except I remember at one point I was up on a tower and I was walking around a corner and I got stuck in the geometry. You know,
I know about that bug. It's on our bug tracker.
Right. You know, but I managed to get out of it though. So, oh, okay, I didn't have to
Oh.
reload or anything. Yeah, I just I don't know, I just sort of like tried jumping, moving around, and going backwards, going for I'm free. Okay, you know, but sure, little things like that. But again, I'm sure that's old code. You know,
Yeah.
that's still sort of rampant through the thing. But anyway, what other stuff? Well, what were you mainly working with? Well, what were you mainly working with in terms of the programming in this? Were you involved in like in the UI stuff and you know
No, I didn't do the UI stuff, but I'm trying to remember what I did. You'd think for working on it for what 5 months, I'd remember something. Let me just
well, after
let
five
me
months,
find
you're
something.
probably glad to get it out of your brain. So
I'd be happy to work on it some more.
sure, there you go. Yeah,
Let me find
yeah,
the history of what I worked on. One sec.
yeah. Good idea. Yeah, and then I can change this.
Oh yeah, I was mostly working on the gameplay side of things. There were a
Right.
few so in when I mean gameplay, I
Mm-hmm.
mean stuff like imagine the stuff in the game world, like objects and enemies, the player itself,
Mm-hmm.
weapons, that kind of thing.
Right.
That was mainly what I was poking at. But
And the
I
game
think
balancing and
I did a little bit of that. Yeah,
mhm.
that's a good thing to talk about, the game balancing.
Yes,
Um, that was just a lot of incremental changes over the entire development cycle. We made a good chunk of changes at the beginning from just playing the game. We got feedback from our QA team from the original game. Just they told us like, oh, this is like too hard. This is unfair. This is weird. This doesn't make any sense.
right.
Um, and we made changes like I think we made it so fire is more damaging towards the big thing beasts because you can only kill them with fire,
Right.
but it takes a lot of fire. And while it's not really a bad thing, it's just kind of not great. It doesn't feel great to play.
No, that's one thing I remember actually in the last part that I was playing, and I did start to get encounter a couple of those types of enemies, and that was in a sequence that it was where you're being bombarded by all those little sort of crab-like things, you know, and
The
coming
scuttlers.
exactly coming from everywhere, and then these guys show up, you know, but there was enough ammo, although you still had to scatter and give people stuff and whatever, so it was still stressful, but it was easier to deal with. And when these guys showed up, you know, you just roasted them and it was done. And I remember from the original version, that particular sequence was a pain, like a real pain to get through. Whereas in this, it was challenging and it was stressful, but it wasn't impossible or you didn't feel like, my God, how am I going to get through this? So that was definitely improved.
Looking back, that's a scary change to make because it has a lot. Something we found during development was every change you make has some domino effect on something else. Like reducing the amount of flame ammo you need to spend to defeat one of the big thing beasts is now you have more flame ammo.
Right.
And something we found is that it's a lot harder to completely run out of flame ammo, which is a good thing because you need flame ammo. But at the same time, it's like that's part of the resource scarcity gone. But I think the trade-off was worth it because we still had players that were completely running out of ammo. If we didn't have that extra ammo in the first place, I think they'd be in a lot worse situation than before.
Yeah.
Which there's something to be said for making the game more casual or making more, whatever. But if there's more players that find it too difficult than there's players that find it too easy, I think it's better to even that out. And I think we've hit a 50-50 point now, which isn't awesome, but it means there's a lot fewer people that are complaining that the game's too difficult.
Sure.
I think.
Oh, you're always going to find...
Which is reasonable.
You're always going to find those people who say Dark Souls is like checkers. It's just this, it's a simple, easy game once you know how it, or whatever, and for some people that's just the way they are. They're the ones that will play this game 24 hours a day and play it on hard nightmare difficulty and complain that the balancing is off or something like that. There's all kinds of different people who play it. I'm glad that, like, for example, I confess, of course, I'm playing it on easy right now. Now, for a couple of main reasons. Number one, I'm streaming the game, so I want to have a relatively straightforward experience with the game, so it's not, well, let's put it this way: I don't want to get into a situation where it becomes frustrating and nuts with a webcam on and me talking to people. So I'll play it on easy, and I've played the game before, and I know how it was, and I'm sure. It's it would be improved overall from that. Just my general sense. But it's good that there was an easy mode, for example, so that people who had never encountered it before and wanted to have that option would have that, so that and then play through the other different levels depending on what you want. It's good to have that option. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, we came close to not even having a difficulty option. The original game had no difficulty options, which, looking back now at how many people struggled and how many people found it too easy, like, when I played the original game on PC, I found it very easy. It's you just need to make sure not to waste too much ammo, because the original game had a clip-based ammo system where you could waste a lot of ammunition if you only fired a few bullets in a clip.
Right.
Which was another dangerous change that we made, but people generally didn't seem to like the clip-based ammo system, and that was one of the things that they changed for the second game. There's some old screenshots floating around where the ammo counter shows the total ammo, like we did for the remaster, so I think that was overall a good change. But yeah, it is ludicrously difficult to balance a game. It is.
Well, and especially
frustrating.
Especially if you have multiple difficulty levels as well, because you want to make sure for each one and how. And plus, everybody has their own attitudes about the sort of thing. Like you say, when you played it, you say you found it like easy, Whereas I remember the last time that I did stream that game on my channel, because I had the original game. Towards the end, I had to cheat. That was just me. But for other people, oh no, they would get through it just fine and whatever. But one of my not to go on my little rant here, but. One of my big things is options. If a game has options for a variety of different players, all the better. So if people who want the utmost challenge of one hits, one hit kills and all this other stuff, or whatever else, that's fine. It's good to have that option for those people. It's also good to have an option for people, not necessarily strictly a story mode, where you're just basically walking through the game. But it opens up the game to other people who want to experience it, So having those options, I think, are good. But that's also, like you say, it's a difficult thing to incorporate.
Yeah, I think getting perfect balance is impossible if you have a game that's too complex. Because if you try to perfect balance, you'll be there forever. It's like trying to perfect a game or code or
Yeah,
something. It's not going to happen.
sure.
You can get it to a really good point though, and I don't want to be negative, but
Mm-hmm.
we did we did all we could for the remaster in the time we had.
Sure.
We got the balance a fair bit better. It's still obviously there's still people that say it's too easy, too hard, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we've made it better overall for everyone.
Well, that's the essential
Um,
thing, right? I think, um,
yeah,
because like you say,
but
you're not going to satisfy everybody. It's just not possible.
yeah, there's so we do still want to make some future changes in patches to the game. The difficulty options was something that me and Mark was the original technical director,
Mm-hmm.
came up with very late into development. I'm thinking like a month before the game went into final release. But that was the point where we realized that we need something to help players create their own balance, I guess. So right now the difficulty options, there's easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Um, we had a lot of plans to do more stuff with them. We wanted for the release, like we're still thinking about this stuff. We wanted to have it so that you'd have less ammo on higher difficulties. The thing beasts would be more like they'd retreat less, because if in the current game, if you shoot them enough and if you set them on fire, they run away, which makes them kind of easy.
Mm-hmm.
But right now the difficulties, they change how much damage the player takes from enemies. So easy is 50% damage, normal is 100%, hard's 150, very hard's 200. So you mentioned the one hit kills thing on 200%. That's probably what happens on that difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about what we can do with those difficulties in the future, because this is something that Mark has been thinking about as well. Was we could. So what we want specifically is that you can toggle the difficulties on the fly, which
Mm-hmm.
is what you can do now. Is you can set it any time, it sets how much damage you take.
Right.
But we want to do stuff like less ammo on higher difficulties. We want the things to be more aggressive. We want fear to go up higher in squad mates, especially because that's. I wouldn't say it's an underutilized feature, but if you don't stay in an area too long, it's easy to keep your squad mates not fearful,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion at least.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot more we can do, and we
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the original game in terms of what it was trying to do. That whole system has such a broad sort of bunch of possibilities depending on how it's implemented, and how well they implemented it is the issue. You know, again, using that kind of system in a narrative based thing, and that gets again all those complications and stuff. The other aspect
is the narrative is the number one thing that brings the system down, I think, because from what I understand, the story was written without context of the game, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened was the game was prototyped with this whole infection system and all of the fear stuff and the full squads and whatever. But once the narrative was introduced, you can't have squad mates carried along from all these levels prior and that kind of thing. And it creates a frustrating situation where you have all these features and they can happen, but it is possible for a whole playthrough to go without seeing these things, which is really annoying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's also the other aspect too, where which I find is a common thing nowadays, is even in a wacky game like this, there's this desire for absolute realism. So, in other words, you know what I mean? It's like
I
well,
don't think
if this was
I don't think
true,
realism was the goal.
no, absolutely not. But I find for some players,
I
if
mean,
they're in there, this well, I shouldn't be able to do this. You know, I shouldn't be able to just wipe them out with this. You know, okay, you know, I just take my flamethrower and I blast them for a couple things and then they're gone. No, or vice versa or whatever. You know, again, it gets back to the idea of players' demands and players' expectations of what they're not satisfied unless all of the physics works, all of the actual ammo and stuff, and there's health all over the place, or whatever, and I can understand that, but that all of those factors add in to again the expectation thing. So from your point of view, from your perspective, you have to deal with all of that and still come out with a product that will hopefully satisfy most people at the very least.
Yeah, so pretty much everything I've said up to here has been like all the negatives of the original game, but to everyone watching the stream, we have changed all this stuff for the remaster.
Yeah,
the remaster is a lot better balanced. It's a lot smoother to play.
Right. Exactly. Oh, absolutely.
Get that out there.
Absolutely. No, for sure. I mean, when I knew, I'll give you an example. When I knew that NightDive, and I love all of the work that NightDive has done over the years. They've done such tremendous jobs on remastering so many of these various different games. And the biggest thing about them is they don't necessarily go in and change them all. They just go in and try to make them not only functional, but balanced a little more properly with more modern controls. And you're still playing the same game. I mean, there's System Shock. Now, that was a remake. That's a totally different animal, right? And they did a fabulous job at that because it was still, even if you were a fan of the first game, which I always was, you still felt that was in there. That the original System Shock spirit is inside that game. And when you're playing the new remake, you still feel like you're in Citadel, from the one that you played a long time ago. But they still changed a lot of it. But the essence of it, like they could totally change cyberspace. But it made sense in a day like today because now you could do that sort of thing. But my point is, Killing Time, for example, I wasn't necessarily. I'm glad that that NightDive did that, and I played through it and I had a good time playing it. But the thing that was the one where if there's a game that needs to be remastered, that's the one, and probably for the same reason as Killing Time, because at its core, there's so much good in that game. There's so much good, so many great ideas. The atmosphere of the original game is still so much a part of like what the movie was, and it's a terrific thing. But then there's all this stuff that just gets in the way, So I was really looking forward to this. So again, I still say people, if this remaster didn't exist, I would still hope that that original game would show up, so that more people could experience it or whatever. Because even though it's janky as all get go and everything else, there's so much there. But this was an opportunity to take it and at least clean it up as much as possible,
Yeah, we fixed so much jank, and there's still a fair bit of jank, but I think with a game of this age, you can forgive most of it.
Sure.
We fixed the major jank. Now it's just the little jank.
Right. Oh, exactly. And I think you have to sort of take that into consideration when you're playing a game that's based on a game that's 20 years old, essentially. And we were talking before. Mark Atkinson released this remastered release notes, and this is a list of all the stuff that was done, but it's not a list of all the stuff that they're going to continue to try to fix up. But they have like the gameplay, over 1,500 code changes and 2,000 art and level fixes and whatnot. And of course all the art design, but the gameplay and level design was approached. Different boss, the final boss was improved, all this sort of stuff. They
did a lot of work on the final boss.
Yeah. And then the difficulty levels, reduce the flame damage on the player, to make it less hazardous.
That reminds me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one thing that made the original game so difficult. I totally forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
You take huge amounts of flame damage from being near something that's on fire, which makes sense. But you set things on fire and they run towards you and they set you on fire too.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's that realism thing.
Yeah, you always lose a little bit of health when fighting them.
Yeah.
And it's not too big of a deal if you've got a medic with you, because they can just heal you infinitely. But that was something that we had a lot of player feedback for this. Like that was one of the number one things that came up next to the scripted burst downs.
Yeah.
Just
another example: grenades no longer explode in your hand if you hold them too long, which is
that was a grenade cooking mechanic where you could hold it down longer to have a shorter fuse time. But I don't fully remember because I think that was right as I moved on to the project, but it just didn't really work because the problem was you threw the grenade further the longer you held the button down, but the timer got shorter, so you'd end up just not really hitting what you wanted to hit. I'm probably misremembering, but we made it so that we got rid of that cook time for the grenade, but we made the overall fuse time shorter. I think it was 5 seconds originally, which is I think the standard grenade fuse time, but we lowered it to 3 seconds because usually the things run at you pretty quickly. So if you drop a grenade at your feet and run away, by the time they've run to the grenade, it's got 2 seconds left on its timer. So we lowered the time by 2 seconds so that when you drop it, it blows up underneath them, which was that enabled a really cool moment that I watched in the podcast from Tuesday, which I think is going live on 19th or so on Atari's YouTube or something. I'm not sure, but the person I was watching playing dropped a grenade. All the scuttlers came towards the grenade, and it blew up just in time. And that was like the perfect change. That was a really good change to the remaster.
Right. There's a good question actually. Not necessarily unrelated to. It's related to the game, but the voice acting in the game was any of that redone, or is that all just the original? It's all the original voices, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Even John Carpenter's. By the way, John. Now I think he was aware of this, right? I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know if he was aware of the remaster.
I thought I read somewhere he might have been.
He was definitely very aware of the original game because he said it was the original game was canon to the movie. But
there's a quote from him on the back of the box, actually, talking about it'll blow you against a wall, you know. And he does the voice for one of the characters with the doctor in that little maze area.
Does he voice Faraday? I thought
maybe he didn't voice him. That's right, but they used his image.
The face.
Yeah. But he mentions that, you know, look for the Dr. Faraday because you know, he's a handsome fella and all this stuff, you know. But he had a lot of good things to say about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard him say anything about the remaster, but I haven't checked, to be honest.
And also here's another good example, like in terms of the UI, that I think adds wonders. Pickups at glow by default now. So basically, right?
Yes, that was
so easy to miss stuff in this game.
When you end the first cutscene, well, not the first cutscene, but one of the first cutscenes in the first level with the UFO, you turn around and there's a key on a table and the camera's pointed towards it. Everyone looks away and runs away from it because it just looks like a prop on the table.
Yeah.
And players missed a lot of items, and there's something to be said for them being off because it means you have to look for secrets and not so obvious. But at the same time, people were missing critical items and being really confused as to what they were supposed to look for.
Well, I mean, it's hard enough, and I don't mean, you know, like impossible hard or anything like that. It's hard enough that you have to actually look around the areas to find the place where that thing is. That's hard enough as it is, but then you actually go to the place and you can't see it because, you know, it makes all the difference in the world. The fact that they're all lit up now.
Yeah, and of course you can turn it off. So
sure,
we don't want to add something like that and not have a way to turn it off because it's obviously a modern thing.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Yeah. And which again, this gets back to this is like a thing I say all the time. Options. Giving gamers options is everything. So that means if you don't want that, okay, we'll turn it off. But it's there if you do, you know. That's why I always say quick saves, you know. You should be able to quick save, and some people are totally against it. Well, you could still have it as a feature. You don't have to use it, you know. Or whatever. Like you say, the pickup system, same thing. If you want to play it the original way, fine. You know.
That reminds me of the the compass system that was added to the Quake 2 remaster. That was a very decisive thing because all the veteran players are saying, you don't need this. Why did you put this in? But the thing is, if you don't want to use it, you don't use it.
Right. Exactly.
Which I understand that. I understand the weirdness of it being in such an old game, but and honestly, when I saw the remaster first and launched it up before I joined Nightdive, like 2 years ago, a year ago, whenever that remaster came out, I thought, why did they add a crosshair? Not crosshair, I mean compass.
Compass,
I thought that's so weird. But then it wasn't until I actually joined Nightdive and started making the games and working on the thing that I realized, oh, this is a really useful feature, and I kind of wish we added it to the thing.
Yeah. Well, some people.
Sorry,
I was going to say some people argue that it's hand holding. You know.
Yeah, but it's optional hand holding. Technically, I do understand people that don't like it.
Well, even just a quest arrow, or something, so it says like, oh well, you got to go this direction. At least, okay, you don't have to, show them exactly where to go or whatever, but just some sort of hint at go west, over that way, And in this game, it's like that because you can, without any indication of knowing where to go, you're there. Okay, find this place, and okay, which way do I go? Well, you follow the lights, but sometimes it's a little deviated off of the path of where the lights is. Do I go to the left when I get there? Is it this other build? But you have to explore and all of that. But it'd be nice to have a general, So the compass,
Yeah, that's why Dead Space has that compass thing as well.
Yeah.
Because as nice as it is to explore around, there's a lot of times where you just want to get to the next area. I was watching a stream just after the game launched, I think, which was a streamer called VineSource playing the remaster. And obviously, if you're streaming a game, you're keeping an eye on a chat, you're keeping an eye on...
Right.
You have to keep track of a lot more things than if you're just focused on the game.
That's right.
And he was running around in circles going, I don't know where to go now. I wish this game had a little quest marker. You mentioned that it was a bit like modern for a game like this, but I thought, I do think that would have been a good addition. Something that you could toggle on or off. But
I think the only reason that it never, my understanding or my thing is in earlier like FPS games like Doom, they weren't 3D, so basically you could do an overhead map and then you could find where you were. But as soon as they got into 3D engines, those kinds of maps just don't work. You can't do it, And people saw the one that for Daggerfall, for example, which was a 3D map. But it was like spaghetti trying to figure out where you were going. So there was a period of time when there were no maps because they couldn't figure out how to do it. But now, just the idea of a quest arrow or some basic sort of fundamental general ideas, now they can. So if they had that back in the day, they would have used it. That's my thought. But like you say, it's a good idea to put it in, but it's also a good idea to allow people to not have it if they want. Just turn it off,
Yeah, that reminds me. The original PS2 and Xbox, well, all versions of the game before it was patched into the PC version didn't have a mouse look. It was just looking left and right, and the game did all the vertical aiming for you.
Right.
I think I was in that same podcast on Tuesday. Mark mentioned that he didn't really know why they did that. It's just like an old thing, which, that validates the whole thing of like if all these things had been standardized back then, it would have been in that game.
Absolutely.
As it was.
Wolfenstein 3D would have had an auto map. It would have. It would have. Someone asked a good question here. Did you lower the brightness for the remaster? So was it Kilg0re said this? Yeah. Did you lower the brightness for the remaster because it looks darker now? I don't know if it.
I don't think we did it on purpose, but when we were upgrading the graphics engine, it just came out darker. Though we went through every single level and redid the lighting to be more fancy looking. We added shadows on some of the lights, but that was something I was looking into for a long time. I did a lot of debugging to see why the game was a little bit darker than it was before, but I just realized it's just
now, mind you, the pickup
changed.
glowing sort of helps compensate for that, so you're not going to miss something in the dark in the corner because at least it's, oh, wait a minute, what's that over there? Yeah.
And it encourages you to use the flashlight, and the flashlight looks cool.
Well, this is true too. I was a big like Doom 3 at the time. It's recognized, I think, in a lot more glowing praise nowadays. But when it first came out, so many people complained about the flashlight, and still to this day, right? You had to flip to the flashlight, but so why wouldn't you just tape it to your gun? All of that stuff. If you play that game, and if that's the way you want to play it, that's fine. But if you play Doom 3, for example, and you use that flashlight mechanic, it adds to the suspense and the dread, because you have to walk into the dark area. But then if you want to see, you got to use your flashlight so you can see, okay, now I can make it down there. And then you still, but that's what the developers wanted, but the players didn't.
Yeah.
They wanted to just be a Doom shooter and just go in and shoot stuff, so you have to take that into consideration too.
The brightness thing was also weird. That's one of those things that was like a 50-50 split. I was looking at player feedback from just the NightDive Discord, and some people were saying the game is too bright. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself, like, the game is definitely darker than it was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows?
So I have no idea.
Well, there's also monitor calibration is another sort of thing, But hey, who knows?
We had the art director at NightDive did a whole pass over every level, did color grading, did all cool movie-like effects. So the brightness that it is now is how it is envisioned, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if this is Wolfman RP was asked, is there any chance of a sequel? I don't know if NightDive does game design.
I would love to take the cancelled thing too and finish it.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not my decision to make.
Sure.
But there's been a lot of community noise about it, and I think people have definitely noticed. Mm-hmm. It's just a completely different thing for NightDive to do. So the Thing 2 was in development, and from what one of the original developers was saying, Ron, the game made it to a vertical slice demo, which is basically a single level where you show off all the game's planned mechanics. Maybe it's not finished yet, it's definitely very early, but you have a plan down. And they cancelled the game shortly after that because they went out of business, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But there was a game.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to get that and finish it.
Sure.
That's like a natural evolution of what NightDive does, right?
Yep.
We're taking old games, remastering them. What if we take an old game that was never finished and finish it? Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. But
here's another question. But now we addressed this earlier, but I think there's a little more we can add to it. Quim King says, the paranoid level of the NPCs was such a great mechanic, but it seemed to be scripted at some points, right? Did you need to tweak that idea, right? And why don't you think it was used more? But the idea of your teammates reacting real time to your actions and stuff. You are working on tweaking that still, right? I think like there are patches maybe to adjust the fear levels.
Nothing concrete yet. Nothing concrete, but it's one of the number one things is tweaking the difficulty, and on those higher difficulties making the fear more impactful, making basically amplifying the game's mechanics. So the problem with the original game at normal difficulty is it's hard to encounter these things. Like, it's hard to make a squad member panic, because the only way to make a squad member panic is they see an enemy and they stand in a scary room. And a scary room is just... It's defined in the level editor. You basically place a box and say, everything inside this box is scary. And you can place scary objects, like there's an invisible thing you can put next to a corpse or something to make it unsettling to NPCs, and their fear rises. But the problem is their fear rises slowly, and it only rises in certain rooms. So once you take them out of a room, they drop down really quickly back to normal. And that's why I think in the third level there's a teammate called Pace, and he's infamous for walking into a room going, this is it, this is bad, they're everywhere.
Yes.
And then he walks out of the room and he goes, I'm all right, okay, I'm all right.
Yeah.
It's because the fear goes up so slowly and then drops rapidly. So what if we made what if for the higher difficulties we made the fear go up slowly, but it drops down very slowly? We'll play around with that, but
Yeah.
that's just some of the stuff we're thinking about.
There is room there. I was going to say also in response to Quinn King, one of the things that we were talking about is the fact that because you're doing this is a narrative based game ultimately, and that sort of limits your ability to be able to go all out with those fear mechanics and whatnot, and trust mechanics and whatnot, just because you have to have certain characters do certain things, and so it sort of limits you, but in some way.
You can have it be fully effective. It's just if they panic or die or something, you have to have a game over, and that does happen. But yeah, we can find a way to do that. I mean,
it's workable, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely workable.
It says Unstable Deus just says regarding the brightness change, a number of color combination techniques inherently alter colors in non-intuitive ways because of non-intuitive construction in the color space definitions.
Yeah, I did a lot of debugging for the color space stuff because color spaces are something that are really easy to get wrong in game graphics.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem is mixing sRGB and linear color. And so sRGB is what you see on your screen, and linear color is computer color. It's 0 to 1. 0.5 is middle, but perceived brightness doesn't work that way, really.
Right.
So I believe for the thing we're using the perceived color space, which is what you see on your monitor for everything in the game. But the original game used linear color, and then everything was moved to sRGB when it went to the game's monitor. So yeah, that's probably a pretty big impact. And also the original game used a really old graphics API for rendering stuff on the screen, which didn't...
Was it DirectX 9?
DirectX 8.
8? There you go.
It didn't use any pixel shaders. It didn't use vertex shader. It didn't use any of the cool, fancy new tech.
Sure.
From what I understand, I didn't look too long at the old code, but we had to basically assume how things should have worked with based on the documentation from Microsoft. And one of the most notable changes was in the original game, everything's lit per vertex in the world. And the worlds are fairly high resolution, but that means that lights can travel a lot further if they hit the middle of a surface, for example. Because then, if a light hits the middle, let's get my fingers on the webcam. If a light hits like the middle of a face, for example, like a wall or something, and there's only a vertex up here, that vertex is going to be pretty well lit. And we moved to per pixel lighting for the remaster, so if a light had a small sphere of influence, that sphere is much smaller with the per pixel lighting than it would be with the vertex lighting. We're probably still doing some things not right here and there, but I think what we got is good enough.
Yeah. And also, of course, nowadays, I mean, back then nobody had like 4K monitors with HDR and whatever else, so it all adds up and makes a difference. I'm just gonna look at this thing here, and also we can actually get back into playing some of the games there. Oh, there you go. You replace replace the DX8 renderer, of course, with the KEX engine. How is it working in the KEX engine? It's
so yeah, we basically have two levels of interfaces. We have the KEX renderer, which handles stuff that's not specific to a games console or PC or that kind of thing. And then we have the RHI, which stands for Render Hardware Interface or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Basically, we implement this component on every games console. We have one for all different graphics APIs out there. And this one interfaces with the RHI and uses stuff from this. So in the I think in the thing we didn't actually use the KEX renderer that much because the thing had its own equivalent of that basically. So the KEX one's responsible for handling strings and like drawing strings on the screen, rendering models, that kind of thing. So we didn't use that. We used the RHI, and the ArchEye provides a. Maybe I'm getting too technical.
No,
but,
no, no.
I hope it makes some sense.
Yep, no, it does.
So this interface is our wrapper to all the other ones used by all the consoles. So we implement it once and it works everywhere. Hopefully, in theory, not all the time because they're all so different. But then part of the job is fixing those issues and making sure everything works fine.
Right.
And that's pretty much how.
I was going to say, you sort of have to you have to sort of make a compromise because you're working with so many different platforms. You can't just do every single one separately, and it would be too time consuming.
We were talking about doing ray tracing stuff very, very, very early on, I think. It was like a fleeting moment of somebody mentioning it. But unfortunately, we just can't do it on all platforms because, for example, we support the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series. I don't think any of the games consoles have much ray tracing support, even. But unfortunately, we're also limited by we have to support the lowest common denominator graphics API. So on PC, we use Vulkan and DirectX 11.
Right.
And DirectX 11 is basically the oldest graphics API that we use. So we can't really use features from Vulkan or the fancy console graphic stuff. So it's difficult having to support. It is ludicrously difficult trying to support all these consoles. I thought that it'd be pretty easy supporting just PlayStation is PlayStation, Xbox is Xbox, Switch is Switch, but every single variation has its quirks. Like the game didn't run well on the Xbox Series S for a while, but it ran perfectly fine on the Series X. Yeah, it's difficult, but we made it work in the end, I think. The one thing that I wish we could have done better is the game runs at 30 FPS on Switch, because...
Wasn't that the original? Like, I don't think the original even ran past that. Maybe 60, maybe.
The original on PS2 was 30 FPS, I think, yeah. But the best we could get 60 FPS on the Switch most of the time. Well, most of the time, some of the time, but most of the time it was 40 frames per second down to 30. So we limited it to 30, so it's a smooth experience.
Right.
But, the Switch is just—it's an old console now. It's when did it come out? 2017?
Something like that, yeah. Well, they're talking about the Switch 2 now, I think.
Yeah, hopefully that will make our lives a lot easier. Or maybe not make it easier, but we'll be able to get more horsepower of a handheld unit.
Right. And of course, all the console support, or rather the controller support, and everything is pretty seamless. Which is the other thing with the game too. I mean, that the original game actually control-wise was not outrageously, bad or anything like that so much, but it's so much good. Yeah, but it's so much more completely, like, you forget about it. The best interfaces are the ones where you don't even think about it, you just play, and then it's invisible. You just do what you want to do, run around, jump this, grab that, and it just happens. You're not limited. What about I was just on a totally different note, the movie. Were you a fan of the movie itself originally, or did you never see it before, or?
I had heard of it a lot. Obviously, it's very big in pop culture. So sure. I'd seen movie clips. I'd seen the clip of the infirmary. I'd go, "Wow, that's a cool movie. I should watch that."
Yeah.
Never did. Yeah. And I ended up watching it shortly before I started on the project.
Right.
And honestly, I see why people were grossed out back then. But honestly, it wasn't as gross as I thought it was going to be.
Nope.
I was thinking it's going to be nasty stuff everywhere, but it was surprisingly, I guess it's just of the time.
Yep.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, no, even at the time, like, I mean, there's talk, I mean, if you've ever heard the audio commentary, which I highly recommend, by the way, if you've never watched The Thing with the John Carpenter, Kurt Russell commentary, it's one of the best, because it's funny, entertaining, but it also explains a lot about the stuff that happens in the production and everything. And that was one of the things that they talk about, was the fact that this movie came out when E.T. was released. Everybody was watching E.T. That was the big thing. And then suddenly at the same time, within a matter of a week or two, the thing shows up, and here it is, this thing about this mean, nasty alien and all this disgusting crap, as opposed to the family movie. And so it had this reputation. People would see it, oh, but I think the thing about the movie, and I go right back to when this movie came out, and I remember it wasn't a huge success in the theaters, but when video releases became a thing, and that became what was released on VHS, and that's when a lot of people saw it, was at home, and then suddenly that's when it took off. So now, you know, everybody got to watch it. But I think the thing with the violence and all of that is, again, more the anticipation of it. You're going into the movie fresh, never seen anything like this before, and you get hints of the thing, and you watch, the little dog face turning inside out and stuff like that. This is in the 80s, like 82, I think this movie came out, right? So, I mean, we're talking like 50 years later or whatever, or 40, I guess. There's so many movies since then, but at the time, that was just quite, I don't know, dark, bleak. The whole movie is sort of like that,
Shocking.
So, yeah.
Very much shocking at the time.
Not necessarily to the audiences today, because you've seen so much and all of that. It's not nearly as violent, but but also very few movies have approached that whole thing about paranoia and
it was a really good thriller.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely,
a really good thriller. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, marvelous music. And I have the 4K release, which is really good.
It's one of those films that you keep thinking about it after you've finished watching it. I was thinking, like, the whole thing of who is anyone the thing at the end. They sit there. The movie ends as a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because the original movie was more of a monster movie. It's there's this creature that's killing everybody. Whereas, and he talks about this in the Carpenter talks about it in the audio commentary too. The movie itself, he liked the movie, the original film, but he read the book that it was based on, Who Goes There. He read that and thought that the movie itself didn't capture the essence of the book, because the book was really about the paranoia. The whole thing of there's this creature that can duplicate and replicate and replace people, and how do you know who's the thing and who's not? And that's what the big difference is with this version and that. Or, as I always like to say, remakes, you can really judge a remake. Most remakes are pointless to me, but a good remake, you could watch the original movie and then watch the remake, and they're both two different experiences, and they're all great. Anyway, the point is, the reason why I bring up the movie is because one of the other things about this game is the fact of how it captures that element that made the film so popular, and why people get totally enamored with it. And the game really picks up. Even the original one has that atmosphere. But anyway.
Yeah, a good thing to go on to next, since we're going into gameplay, I guess.
Yeah.
Is all the changes the art team made to tie it further into the original film. Like, in the 2002 game, the US base is kind of just not really. It doesn't really resemble the one from the movie that much. It just kind of, it's supposed to be it, but it's not, like, obviously. So one of the things we did for the remaster was ramp up the familiarity with the movie for mainly the first few levels, but I think we put some additional stuff in the later levels just to tie it closer to the original film. I think one of the weirdest things with the game is they seem to be. I think originally the game wasn't. It's kind of split between times, because there's that lab level which is all futuristic, and the game's supposed to be set in 1982, and one of the things we wanted to do for I think this was during pre-planning, was we wanted to make things look more 80s, because some of the later levels don't even they got 90s computers and that kind of thing. We wanted to like retexture some of the levels to look more time authentic, but in the end we didn't do that.
Right. Yeah, well,
But,
you have to make choices as you're going along, and some of the ideas you really want to implement, you sort of, well, I guess we'll have to drop that.
yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the stuff that we did get in. I think the game is in a really good state now.
Yep. Yep.
It's weird. The things that come to mind first, as somebody who works on it, is all the things we didn't get to do. But there's so many things we did do.
Yep.
As evidenced by that document. We
Yep.
did, like, the art side of things was the most complicated part of the project, I think, because we specifically the way that we got stuff into the game from modern tools, because back in the day they used 3ds Max, which is still around today, but it's like expensive software, and the art team uses Blender, so we had to write some custom tools to allow you to export stuff from Blender into the game. All the game's levels are made in a 3D application like 3ds Max or Blender, and then you export them to the game, and in the game you have a level editor where you place all the monsters and stuff. That was probably the trickiest part of the project, because it just was. I don't really understand how to describe it, but not only that, but yeah, just a lot of work went into the art side of things.
Absolutely, and also, and it pays off too. Really, the thing that I, when it comes to, like I say, when it comes to remasters, you still want the original game. That's why you want it to be tidied up and cleaned up, but you don't want it to change to the point where it's unrecognizable or whatever. And when you change the artwork and stuff and some of the designs, I think as long as you have a respect for the original, you can adapt it and you can change it and make it just sort of like a little more of what they would have done if they had the tools at the time. And okay, it's a little more detailed, a little more graphical, whatever, but you're not totally revamping the entire thing.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about, actually. So with this game, with The Thing, we were a lot more. We did a lot more changes than we usually would, especially in terms of the art side of things and the gameplay side of things, because we had 2 people from the original team helping out with us, consulting. We talked to them about changes we made, especially the art side of things. And even if we didn't have like the art director or the art lead, anyone who was there at the time can be a level guide for what is the right thing to do and what isn't the right thing to do, for example. I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes you can just if you've worked on something, you can just get a feel for how you can get the kind of consensus from people that you worked with. And so that's why we had the confidence to make so many changes with this, was we had somebody from the original team saying, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea,
right,
this is good, this is bad, that kind of thing. And we had respect for the original source material.
Right. But that's the key right there, I think.
If we didn't have Ron and Mark from the original team, the remaster would not have been nearly as good as it turned out. They were instrumental in making it what it is, basically, in all our choices.
Yeah, and there's no point to doing a remaster if the original is just fine. You know what I mean? It's like, and remasters don't have to just be, well, we'll make modern controls so you can use your keyboard and you can use your key, and it's not just that, or you're making it. One thing is, of course, making it work on modern machines, sure, but you also have an opportunity to correct things or adjust things to make it more palatable to a modern audience, but without changing the original aesthetic. And I think that you succeeded at that, because the game still, well, it's like I say, when you're playing this game, if you've played the original, you don't feel like you're playing a totally different game. It's the same game, but it just fits better. It feels better. It's more newer people who would play this game would be able to approach it. Whereas if you go back to the original and try playing that, some people would have a hard time, with certain aspects.
This is something we brought up a lot, but the changes we made to the graphics side of things and how the game looks, to people coming back to it, like most people they don't see the difference, but that's a good thing,
Right.
Because it's faithful. I distinctly remember one time during development we had an option to. It wasn't really it. It wouldn't have worked in the final release, but we had a way to toggle between the old graphics and the new graphics. Well,
Right.
I hacked it in a bit, but I was just curious how the original levels looked, and oh my god, some of the character models are so rough looking.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like night and day, but it still looked like the same game.
Right. Right. Exactly.
I'm
I was going to ask
so
about
proud of
that
the
too.
art team.
Again, that's something that's engine related. I think. Like for example, I was just playing the Soul Reaver remaster, and I've played the Tomb Raider remasters and such, and they have that element. We just press a key and you're back to the original graphics. It's just basically the exact same game. Nothing else has changed. It's just the graphics are new and then they're old. Click, click, which is a really nice feature. But I don't know how easy that is to implement, depending on, you know.
It really depends on the game.
Yeah.
With this game, we could have done it, but it would be a lot of development time, and we don't like. One of the downsides of being a remaster is you don't have a huge team of people on a project at any given time.
Right.
I'd say at the peak we had maybe 5 or 6 programmers on the project, which, considering game development, that's not that many. And like not everyone is full time. Some people are part time.
Right.
And yeah, that the team size is a big downside to a remaster. But of course, like if you're making a remaster, you don't need a full size remake, like team for a remake. But it would be interesting to see what you could do with a remaster if you had a full blown huge team working on it.
Yeah. I got one last question here, and then maybe we can look at some of the game. Now you can't really talk about upcoming stuff that NightDive has in the works, or things that they're planning that they want to do, or there's certain things. Maybe there are some things you could talk about, but and some things you couldn't. So there is that, and also if there were any particular projects that you would love to, like, are there certain games out there that you think just are dying to be remastered that you would love to tackle, things on your mind that you would want to do?
Yeah, there's some that some games that I would like to remaster. I guess a friend mentioned to me like an obscure 90s DOS game called Dust or
Dust.
It's I think it was a Polish game or something. It never got an English translation, but it's the most obscure thing, and it'd be like the perfect thing for NightDive to do. There was also Red Faction, which was a game I played.
Oh, sure.
It's one of the first Red Faction, maybe the second game as well. But
the first one's the one.
Yeah, the second game I never finished. But the first game was actually a game I've played all the way through, which is interesting because it's not uncommon for me to lose interest in a game. But yeah, before I joined NightDive, I was kind of conflicted on remasters because I was in the same boat as other people where I thought like, oh, games don't need remasters because, well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know why I thought that.
There's a certain purist element too. There are some people who don't want to change anything and just want to play it in their original shape and what it is, and I totally get that. I totally understand. But there are certain games out there that people are not going to experience because there are elements of the game that just do not cater to a modern audience. Who and I understand like certain, I guess for lack of better terms, certain jankiness that some older games have. Like if you look at the original System Shock and the original keyboard layout for that. It didn't have mouse look, and it was a very complex, overly complicated system. But once you got it down, it was fine. But very few contemporary players would be able to stomach the completely sort of keyboard oriented controls and all of the different windows and all the commands you had to use. Whereas NightDive did an enhanced edition, which still some people would probably still stay clear from, but it added a functional mouse look and an easy way to switch in and out of mouse look so you can select objects and stuff, and made the game infinitely more playable. And to me, and that wasn't necessarily a remaster as it was just an enhanced sort of version of the original or whatever. But to take, and they did a complete remake, but to take games like that and just put them in a form that modern audiences would be a little more susceptible to doing, like with The Thing, for example, or Killing Time, good example, you know.
Yeah.
Because Killing Time is not everybody's cup of tea, for sure. Even now, you know. But certainly more people would play it now than, you know, they could play the original for 10 minutes and think, oh, okay, screw this, you know. But they could play the remaster, and it's the same thing. Yeah.
What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
I do. I think I threw you there, but just talking about I'm just talking about remasters, and you were saying how you know that you never thought that there would be a reason to do remasters or whatnot, or why would you, you know?
Yeah, I suppose it hasn't really been until The Thing. The Thing is like exactly what I'd want out of a remaster. It's giving the original game more development time, basically. Yeah. I'd say we gave The Thing another 5 months of development time. The game was in development for 2 years, I think, or maybe 1 year originally. But we just gave it a little boost, and we fixed I think we fixed pretty much all the major bugs from the original. There's some new ones, but we're working on it.
But they're not game-breaking bugs. They're not like, oh no, I can't even finish the thing. It's just like, you know, or and let's face it, even back then there were bugs. There's some. There
were some really bad bugs in the original game.
Sure. But I'm talking in general. Like, I mean, people like to think that you know, all games come out and they're perfectly fine, everything works great. But bugs have been around since the first programming. You know, it's not that we should accept a certain quality of games to be, you know, or think that all games should be perfect. You know, that's my point. You know, you're going to find certain, and obviously game breaking elements. Oh, sure, but it's easy enough to overlook certain things and say, oh crap, we missed that. Okay, we'll patch that out and blah blah blah. You know? But this game, as it is quite functional, but beyond, you know.
Luckily, I think the most major bug we have is there's a small chance in the 4th level that when you're going up to the telescope room, you can find a clone of yourself. It's just another Blake. He's just standing there. You can recruit him as a squad mate.
Okay, but, I don't think I saw that.
It's not game breaking, but weird. I think some people came up with the rationales that he's like a thing and he burst out when I tried to blood test him, but no, he's just a bug.
That's Alien Geek. I agree. I don't know how that would happen. It was Aliens versus Predator 2. Boy, oh boy.
I guess I know Sam, one of our lead programmer, really wants to do that game.
Oh, who wouldn't? It's in my humble opinion, it's one of the best movie video game translations of anything, like any video game based on a movie property. Aliens versus Predator 2 particularly is every aspect of it, all 3 different sections, the alien section, the Predator section, the Marine section, stellar, but just beautiful atmosphere, and but it's caught in a legal limbo with all of the different companies that are involved with those different properties and whatnot. But oh well, be good to see. And the first one too, I could use a remaster. It's still available.
Yeah, we have a voting section in our Discord where you can suggest things to remaster.
Oh yeah, there's tons. And again, the remaster. There are lots of games out there that don't need be touched because they still work and everything's fine, you know. But certain games, I find particularly there are certain games out there that could be better, and The Thing is a perfect example. It's a game that there's so much good in it, like I say, and it could be better, and that's what you've done, is basically take that same game but make it so that it's not nearly as clunky, and to get rid of some of the elements that was off-putting in the original, you know, and allow the stuff that was really amazing in it to actually shine out. So actually, yeah, we've been babbling on for quite a while, but I figure we can get into some of the gameplay. Now, I've already started a playthrough of it, but I think it's just as well to just start at the beginning, especially for people who haven't played the game, so they can at least see the start of it, and whatnot. And here, in just a second, I'm going to switch over. What have I got done here? I got too many windows open now. Oh, this should do it right there. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, and we've got chat back again. And everything works, my God.
I think as we play, I can point out some fun stuff. That'll jog my memory.
Sure. Warning.
That font for the autosave text, that was the old main menu font, and for a long time we were going to have the main menu use that, but
isn't it an option? Isn't it an option?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
There's an alternate font, but it's like a more readable one in case you can't read the terminal font that's being used.
Oh, okay, because I just left that as like the main menu is the new version, but I didn't switch it back. But I thought there was an option to. And we can look at some of the options in here too, as well. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the game is heavily moddable as well. So if you want to make it the old main menu font, you can.
Oh, very cool. Could people make? Oh, I'll be playing, but I'll be directed by. Oh, so Pest Monolith was asking who's going to be playing the game. I'll be playing it, but Josh can push me along or whatever. But what was I going to say? The screen is a little off center. Oh, so it is. Yeah, hang on, I'll fix that. It's this should be it. There, yeah.
I'll just poke it back into frame. There we go.
Oh, it's a little squished too. Yeah, I've got. Actually, this is on. Let me reset this for a second. Reset the transform. There we go. And I have to do one other little thing here. Just fix this up here. Edit. No bounds. Good. There you go. So it won't stretch. Hello. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna make this full screen. So
see the chat now. Thanks for being on, Josh. No problem.
There. Yeah, exactly. I didn't have any room for the chat before. And actually, here we move the chat over a little bit so you can actually see it. And I shouldn't be blocking stuff out. And actually, I'll just make that a little smaller. There, that should be okay. There we go. So anyway, press a button to continue. And I'm playing this, by the way, I'm playing this with the keyboard and mouse. So. But you can play it with whatever you want. Here's the options. So of course, and again, so we input, you can change your bindings and everything else, and mouse, and I didn't have to change any of this because it was all fine. And your controller setup and whatnot, so that's good. Vibration and blah blah blah.
If you're playing on controller, we set it by default that the motion sensor in the controller is on by default, so you can use it for aiming.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I actually asked. I thought it was kind of weird. I thought, why would anyone want to play with that? And I asked somebody in the chat. Said, why do you have this on by default? They said, because it's really cool and more people should use it. I went, that's a good point, actually. If you don't like it, turn it off.
Turn it off. Well,
yeah. And so I turned it off.
Yeah. You love Glegor likes motion and aiming. There you go. See, and this is like I say. I mean, it's like my mantra. Options. You give people options and allow them the opportunity to turn it on, turn it off. You don't like it, turn it off. You know, that's fine. And of course, different sound. I've got this should be okay. And low pass filter. Hello, nice. You know, you don't see that too often.
Just gets rid of any crackles, I think.
Well, exactly. Well, and also lower sounds that can distort. You know, like if it's a low pass filter, yeah.
One thing I did was I changed my keyboard bindings to be the original game. So we made some changes to the default keyboard layout so that right mouse button aims and I think the middle mouse is use item. But
yeah.
That was just because it's more modern, I suppose. But
yeah,
I found the original.
Yeah, go ahead.
The original binds are weird and take getting used to, but I think they're actually pretty decent. It's like left mouse is primary item, second mouse is secondary item, and shift to aim. But yeah, I think that the new default is more to everyone's tastes.
I may have actually changed it, but you can see you get all kind and toggle crouch and stuff, and the glowing pickups. There you go. And you don't like it, you can turn it off. So there you go. And you can toggle walk. Well, I don't see why you toggle walk. You can just And anyway, but the thing is, the option's there for people who want it. And I think in the bindings, I think I did see I've got fire is left button, aim is right. That's what I.
Oh yeah.
Right, and interact E, typical, and reload is R, of course. Crouch is always left control. Who uses C for crouch? Whatever. Well, some people do. There you go. And left shift. It's all pretty standard. And there's your squad menus, Q. Inventory is I. Documents tab, etc. So it's
Yeah, I added some new stuff to this menu. If you scroll down a little bit more, there's there should be quick heal, quick flamethrower, and last weapon used. Yeah, these were last minute additions because I thought, okay, so one thing I missed from Half-Life 2 was in Half-Life 2 there's a special keybind for the gravity gun.
Right.
And the flamethrower in this game is something you use all the time. So it makes sense to have its own bind, right?
Yep.
Just like the gravity gun in Half-Life 2. So, quick flamethrower gives you the flamethrower. You press it again, goes back to your last weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick heal is so you don't. Something I noticed was players always hold the medkit out when playing because they could just use it to heal, but it doesn't really make sense. And in the original game, if you held an item in your second hand, it made you less accurate. Got rid of that.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, let's add a quick heal button so people don't have to always hold out the medkit.
Right. And a quick flame for V, and it's good. That's actually, and I use that. So. What else? Oh yeah, and the gameplay. Now I've got it on easy. I could throw it on medium for, but I like doing it on easy just for the sake of just because this is more of a demonstration than anything else. And I think the default here is medium auto aiming, which again in this game, sometimes it's not bad to have, especially when you've got those crawly guys flying from all over the place.
Auto aim in this game.
Yeah,
absolutely need it. We turned it off early on, but it was impossible to shoot the small things because the game was designed for the auto aim, and the things are so small you can't easily. Yeah, and it's not fun to.
And if they get close to you, and you're trying, you can't shoot them because you can't go down low enough to shoot the things, so and whatnot. But anyway, the HUD menus again, crosshair. I got it all this on. The alternate menu font. I didn't do that one. That's all. And I had tutorials because why not?
Yep.
I'll leave it on here for now, but I mean we can always skip through them or whatever. The overhead icons, of course. I think the original had that too. So I mean, I don't know why you would want, but again, you see, I wouldn't turn it off, but maybe you would. So there, options are always good. And I'm just playing this on everything's sort of default. I think I didn't change anything else. I left the bloom on and all of that. I think and look, if the game's too dark, there are gamma and contrast controls, so etc. And I got the subtitles on and all of that. And
the subtitles.
Oh yes,
I added the subtitles. It's my favorite feature.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
This took quite a while. It took a really long time to get right. It's shockingly hard doing subtitles for cutscenes.
Yep.
I ended up so the cutscenes are in game, but they're all a single sound file, so I can't queue up the subtitles at the right time. So I had to go into the stuff you use to subtitle movies and then I put the sound file in there and captioned all the subtitles to every cutscene.
No,
and then I had to get it translated, and then we got it back, and it was a lot of work. I see why they have teams dedicated to this.
Yeah. Oh, and the video, there you go. So I'm playing it at 1600 by 900 just so I can see my chat at the same time or whatever. I'm using windowed mode, just, again, all for streaming purposes, whatever. There is no... did Josh do all this work on his own? Oh, no. Not everything.
No
He'd still be... the game would still be in production.
Pre-alpha. Yes, a lot of talented people worked on this.
Yeah. And there is no third-person switch around thing for this either, is there? It's all like first person, third person. There is no.
No, there's no real third person.
No, because I don't think it did. The original didn't, so it would make it hard. So anyway, I'll just hit new game and. So we can check out the. And all the cutscenes and everything were all redone, right? I mean, this is obvious.
Yes, the cutscenes are so cool in this version. So we struggled for a long time to get them. Maybe do we want to talk about the cutscenes?
Sure.
So we wanted to add extra detail to the cutscenes in terms of more facial expressions.
Actually, just hang on a second. I'm going to. See if I can. Well, I'd have to go into the... Actually, you know what? It's worth doing this just to... I'm going to turn the volume down in the game, so because most of the game is not going to be so loud, but this particularly is kind of loud, so... And it'd be easier to just do this. Close. There we go. And I'll go right back to the beginning. End game. Yeah, I do. Okay, and then go options, and I can just drop the sound down considerably here.
Does it sound weird that the end game button is scary to me? There's just something scary about quitting out of the game scene and going back to a main menu because you don't know what's not been deleted in the scenes.
Right. Okay, so there we go, back, and then again, here we go again. This shouldn't be so loud this time. But yeah, you feel free to talk over it, and especially since. And the cutscenes have subtitles too. Although there are a couple of spots here in the beginning where there isn't anything, but I think it's hard to tell what they're saying because they're.
I couldn't understand Norwegian.
Yeah.
So I didn't subtitle it.
Right. It's not important what they're saying, really.
He's basically saying he's calling out for this guy. He's found him.
Yeah.
But something's about to go down. We really struggled to get the extra facial expressions in. In the original game, they only had a mouth that moved, but no eyebrows or eyelids or anything.
Right.
So the Albert, our main, he did most of the models, like the character models, and I think all the new animations. He added extra joints to the character faces, so you could have expressive eyelids, like eyebrows can go up, cheeks can move, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing we had a hard time doing was, so the problem was the lip sync controls the jawbone of the characters, so they move up and down with what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is this game engine doesn't support having multiple things controlling the jawbone. So I tried for like 2 weeks to get a blending system integrated where you could add the lip sync and then add your own detail on top of it, so a character could have their mouth hanging open in like shock or something. But it didn't work out, and like a week before the game went gold, we devised a plan to get them in game, and we found the exact places in the cutscenes where they weren't talking, and we created little mini animations with the jawbone moving that overrode the lip sync, and it worked. And it was so hacky, but it worked, and I'm so glad we got it in because it has a lot of detail.
Okay, here, just a second. I'm just going to see if I can. I got to change something here.
Blake, it's Whitley. What's the situation?
Not good.
What do you see?
Not a goddamn thing in this storm.
Is that better,
Have you found anything?
Well, your transmitter's down and everything else is foobar.
Could be ad blocker or something there, Pest.
The base is gone, Colonel. It looks like massive explosives damage. Any clues here are gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack.
Understood.
Because it's an ad traction ad, so it might be the
I could try to get the
it might be
chopper
ad
back to you
blocker
within an hour, but
not making it work.
visibility's falling fast, and the report for your area is not very good.
Anyway.
Okay. We'll make a sweep and report back.
Roger. Meanwhile, I'll check up on Alpha Team. Oh, Blake, just remember it's 40 below out there. We both know exposure could sneak up on you.
Afterwards.
Keep your team together and get them to shelter as quickly as you can.
Roger that. Blake out.
No.
So.
Yep.
It's 40. It's minus 40 degrees Celsius, and they're not wearing a hat. Like no, there's only one person wearing a beanie. Isn't that kind of weird? So, originally all the characters had hoods when they were outside. You can see it in some of the old screenshots, but I think it was just that feature was cut because there was no smooth animation like between them putting their hoods on, and it hit their faces, and you're supposed to see their faces, so they don't wear any headgear in the cold. But there you go.
Well, there's one interesting thing about this. I've talked about this a lot over the years. Is that back in the day, people would live with that kind of thing. You know, it's like no big deal. Who cares? Okay, they don't have, you know. But nowadays, hey, they'd be dead. You know, they should be wearing, you know, suspension of, you know, artistic license. I don't know. Maybe they just were too lazy. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway.
These tutorial messages.
Yes. Be given objectives, etc., etc. So I know how to do here, but and also let me just see. There's one other thing I wanted to do here. So I can fix this up. I don't have the next is probably wrong, but I'm not sure what's next. So, but that's okay. I'll fix that later. But there's one last thing I want to do here. Yeah, it was a little bit of a scramble this afternoon, getting everything all ready and stuff. So, and there we go. Anyway, so the next is going to be wrong, but that's life. Oh, and where's my? And I got a little keyboard chart here. I want to make sure I got that up. Just to remember. Ah, there we go. All right. Anyway,
we used to have 3 tutorials that popped up when you started the game, but we removed one of them because they were so like. It's not great having 3 dialogue boxes pop up in your face when you start the game. So we thought it was a good idea to trim one of them out, and we did.
Yeah. Retrieve evidence and get inside, where everyone's going to see. You can see your health going down.
Exposure.
Yeah. And I like the fact that as long as you're indoors, everybody's fine.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Yeah. But hey, what are they going to do?
Blake, you need anything repaired or even a simple bypass, and I'm your man.
If any of you take on any damage, get back to me ASAP, and I'll help you out. I'm not carrying any dead bodies back.
I'm locked, loaded, and ready to make shit dead.
In the original game, he pumps the SMG's barrel like he's pumping a shotgun. So I think we changed that early on to be him flicking whatever the thing is on that gun.
Right. Now, here, this screen, by the way, not this here, but this screen here, by the way, is a good example. And the squad member trust, of course, this is where it introduces you to the idea of the trust factor and all that, where everybody's good right now. And actually, just so we can, so green, they're good. Orange, they're not going to help you, but But you still might be okay, but I'm not going anywhere. And red, they'll try and kill you, basically. Well, here's a good example. So this screen right here, and I think the original was very much like this. And you can see I've actually changed the contrast on it a little bit, just to sort of brighten it up, just so you can see. Because obviously this area would be dark, you know, and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm playing a game, and it's nice to be able to see where I'm going, you know. So I think that might be what they were talking about earlier, you know, about the darkness in the game. But I think the original was like this too, you know. And it's not all dark, but this is fine. And again, you can adjust it all. Now I don't think we can do anything in here yet. Oh yes, we could get Buddy to do the junction box.
You can get a tutorial box pop up.
That's right. There you go. Well, there's a junction box, so you can hit the E button, and I can fix this one. I can fix some things, and you hold it down, of course. And there we go.
Shout.
We don't get to use the computer. Yep. When you're low on health, though, we got a medic. He'll come by and help you and heal you. So that's kind of nice. Where are you?
Hold still and I'll fix you up.
See, just like in real life. I mean, I got a gun, and I get some bullets. And
I just remembered something great.
When I was
hooking up the difficulties, if you walked into this room on the highest difficulty, you would explode. When that computer explodes, you would just explode into a blood mist. Because in the end, I made it so explosions don't deal more damage on high difficulties. But before that, you could get in slight range of any explosion and just instantly gone.
Right.
Which was quite amusing to watch.
No, I think, and also, I don't think we've been introduced to the idea, but, I can't, yeah, there we go. I'm just curious, okay, so he doesn't have a gun, so I can give him my gun.
You can.
Or a gun, because I just picked one up. And so here it is, 20. So I give him the gun, and we also have to give him ammo. And so there we go. So at least now he's got a gun. And that makes them happy. Because it's nice to have a gun in this environment. And if you don't, that's where sometimes you can start to lose trust if things start to go haywire. Etc. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else in here. And also, that's one of the nice things about the, again, the fact that you can see the pickups, you know. Etc. And again, this is obviously the tutorial part. I don't think there's anything in here, I recall. But we're gonna
Looking for survivors. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I know. What a mess.
I wonder what. I wonder how this is to people that haven't watched the film before.
Oh, good question. Yeah.
I watched it in preparation, but I'd be interested to go into this blind. Because then you're basically going in as the main character at that point.
Right. McCready's place is in here, I think, though, somewhere.
This cold is killing me.
Oh, the cold is killing you. Yeah. So here, let's just get back to this room again.
Oh, no, if you go the other way, there's a little place you can hide.
Okay, well, I went backwards. Yeah. I missed that. But hey, we're okay in this area here, too, so this is good. So we're back to normal. All right.
Something I like about the heads-up display is if you turn off the always show the health, all the HUD elements disappear if you're not using them.
Oops, wait a minute. There we go.
Console.
Yeah. What am I doing here?
HUD
no, wait a minute. HUD, right?
Yeah.
Always show health. Take that off.
Yeah.
Then, don't quit.
And it'll fade out. And if you unequip your item and weapon, they fade out, and you get a clear view.
I'm not even sure how to do that. I usually keep my weapons on. How do I get rid of them?
F and C, and then you click the item you have equipped.
Oh, unless I've got it. This is the. Oh, but I'm not getting the item wheel.
Oh.
That's weird.
Oh, you can't do it in first person.
You have to. Okay. Let's see. No, I can't do anything here. Oh, because I'm... Oh, wait a minute, because I'm...
In first person.
I'm sort of... Actually, here we go. Let me get in here. Get in! I can't go in.
You're in first... You can't move in first person.
Oh, how did I even do that? How did I get into first person? What did I do?
Left shift? Or was it left control?
No, that's crouch.
Mash keys.
Yeah, actually, you know what we'll do is I'll look at the input and see the bindings and see what I did. Because that's I thought it was just right click. I had it on before. This is, by the way, this game works perfectly fine. This is user error. I've messed up here somewhere. Yeah, see, this is there's the item wheel and this and that. The document inventory, squad menu, walk, crouch, interact. I don't even know how you get in.
Oh, it was right mouse, I think.
There we go.
Oh, okay, it was right mouse.
Yeah, but for some reason I was clicking away on it and it didn't do it. So there you go. Yeah, there we are. I think I just click somewhere, just click it again and it goes off, right? And then this.
Yeah.
There you go. So now I got nothing.
Yes, I love this feature of the heads-up display going away.
Oh, just the fact that you can't see anything there. Or...
No, it's only there when you need it. Like
right.
If you take health damage, it pops up. If you equip a weapon, it pops up.
Ah, okay. I like seeing it all the time. It's very, I don't know, not so unnerving.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn it back on. But,
oh, sure, I will.
Yeah, just to show it off.
No, but it's nice to... Well, come on. There we go. No.
Yeah. Oh, you just mouse over it. You don't have to click it.
Oh, there we go. That's why I was sort of turning it back off. I think I remember doing that before. And I never use flares in this. I hardly ever use the flares, to be honest. I probably could,
yeah.
but I generally don't, just for no reason specifically. Just. Oh, is this?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
They're kind of a niche item.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go look at this and see. Oh, I can't go in. Okay, the door is locked. Yep, the door is locked, and the key to this door is hidden underground. That's right.
You can see playtesters got stuck there.
Yeah.
I had to give a little hint.
Okay, so let's just see if I can find the area. I think it's just up ahead around the corner somewhere.
We added a lot of cool little details around here for people who want to spend some time to explore.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna get the key first and get that area in there. So you see, I'm a save scummer, so I gotta at least get the key so I can get inside so I can save my game.
This is a little scary seeing you walk around here because there was a lot of pathing issues with the NPCs in this level.
Yeah,
and I hope they don't break. I really hope they don't.
Over. I need help. Do you read me? Over.
I think we're okay when down in this area here. I think just so we can get healthy again. There's one of the fire extinguisher there. Whatever. Oops.
Very helpful item.
Yep. And now we're back to normal again. There's other... This is weird. I just played this last week, and now I'm trying to remember what the heck I'm doing.
Just looking at that message. I like this game a lot, but I stopped playing after I left my teammate in the cold to see if he would die of cold. He didn't. I hope they fixed it. I'm sorry, we didn't fix that.
Oh, here's
it's only the player.
Here's your
I'm
tape.
gonna hide this tape when I'm finished.
McCready.
If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of a record.
Oh, there's an interesting
The
typo.
storm's been hitting us pretty hard now for
transcription
48 hours.
I might have seen it.
We still have nothing to go on. One other thing. I think it rips through your clothes when it takes you over. Windows found some shredded long johns, but the name tag was missing. They could be anybody's. We're all very tired. There's nothing else I can do. Just wait. R.J. McCready, helicopter pilot, U.S. Outpost North 31.
And reasonable Kurt Russell imitation.
He says North 31, but he's in the film he says number 31 because it's Outpost number 31. And
right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah,
those are one of those things that'll just irritate you when you don't. If you don't know about it, you won't care. But then as soon as you know, it's like, oh god.
Now you know.
Oops, wrong way.
Yeah, the teammates dying of exposure was a gameplay thing in the original game, so that They didn't want it to be so if you left somebody in the cold, they wouldn't run to safety.
What the hell?
Mouse and keyboard beat fans, yeah. But you can play it with the controller.
It plays really well.
It is, Captain? I don't know, and I don't care.
Looks like a goddamn UFO to me. This shit gives me the creeps.
Yeah, we're not alone in the universe and all that crap. Check it out and move on.
And all that
This
crap.
is the key everyone missed.
Yeah, exactly. But because, well, actually here, we can show you here, if you turn off the, is it in HUD? No, it's gameplay. Glowing pickups. So yeah, there you go. So take that off. And, well, actually, it still shows up a little better here, I think.
It just looks like a tool, though. On the
Yeah,
table.
true enough, yeah. But that's one of the nice things about this. It's handy, right? So why not? Oh yeah, it was HUD no, display. No, that wasn't it. Gameplay. My God. There you go. No mistaking it now. So there we go. And there's a key to the door. I don't know if there's anything else in here. I don't think so.
Just a UFO.
Yep. That's all. Just a UFO.
I think we had the longest standing bug in this entire game in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your squad mates can get stuck on corners in here, and they never come up with you.
Oh yeah. But, well, you could go back and. But you could go back maybe and it'll sort of restart their pathfinding or something.
Yeah, you can nudge them. But we fixed that once and for all by just smoothing out the corners, basically.
Oh, more flares I won't use, but... Well, actually, I've maxed out on my flares anyways. I think you're going to get 5, I think. 5 flares, I think, is your max. Come on, boys. You'll catch up. No. If they don't catch up, I can blame you. So there you go. It's perfect.
You can.
Oops, went the wrong way. And here we go. And thankfully, it automatically uses the key. Hooray! So there you go. And here we get to... and of course, everybody else is freezing outside, but they're not.
Maybe we should have turned the glowing pickups off in this room. It's a little obvious, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I think it's good that it is, really. Because to me, it's... Again, this is the narrative aspect. Because otherwise, you don't want to miss anything. And I don't think it's a bad thing, you know.
Yeah, nobody minded, I don't think.
No. Well, and again, you can turn it off. That's the perfect thing. The virus has the ability to replicate the original biological entity, including the clothing. You miss your cat?
There's your lore excuse.
Yeah. Lore's good.
Don't forget to repair the junction box.
Right. Adrenaline hypos. Oh, loot first.
Oh.
You gotta get the loot first, buddy. Anyway, but yeah, the adrenaline hypo, of course, when they're suffering from extreme stress, you can zap them with drugs, and then they'll be okay for a little while. Until it wears off, and then they'll get all ornery again. Although contact with an infected entity does not guarantee infection, there is still between a 50 and 70% chance of infection.
Gameplay hint.
Yay. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is another thing, too. I mean, generally in games, period, you have to assume some people have never even played a game before. It's unlikely, you know, but, or they only just got into playing games. So, I mean, this is, you know, explaining the game mechanics to all the newbies, right? And some people just get sort of tired with the tutorial. We should be able to skip the tutorial or sort of thing, you know, but... Yeah, well, exactly, right? Exactly.
Options.
Perfect. An infected entity has the ability to fragment and survive. Every part of it is whole. Hey,
there is only one thing.
And if an infected entity reaches the mainland, then global infection will occur in approximately 72,000 hours. I think Blair figured that out.
Yeah.
Who's Blair? Well, watch the movie. There you go. And another one. Oh. And although this is probably the scariest biological entity I've ever encountered, I feel that under the correct study conditions, this could advance our understanding of biology greatly. Famous last words, right? All right.
Box time.
Yeah. There's... yeah, this is not good yet. And here it is. Okay, advanced junction boxes. This is an advanced junction box. Only your engineer can fix these. And after approaching it, there's 2 ways to do it. You can, if they're close enough to the junction box, and I can fix it icon appears over their head, and you can walk up to them and press E to fix it. And the second method is to hit Q to bring up the squad menu, select your engineer, go to. I never usually have to do that generally, but you can do it that way too. It'll take some time for your engineer to fix the box, and they'll be defenseless, so make sure you keep them safe and all of that. So, see, here he is over there. And if I just hit...
Find a path.
Where is he? Oh, here he goes.
I'm being very critical of every tiny thing that I see.
Well, that's what you do, though, right? That's what, you know. Oh, now, of course, I don't want to do that. There we go.
Got to use it.
I think he's in the way, is he? This other guy's in the way. Get out of the way. How about if I do that?
Got to see on him.
There we are. I didn't get the hand. I didn't get the hand icon there. Hooray! So now we've got power. And I think that opens up the other room on the side. I don't think it does anything in here. Or maybe... Oh, no, it gets the computer going.
Oh, Christ, what is that?
Chill out. Everybody keep tight till we figure out what's going on.
Your squad members are always conscious of their circumstances and the environment around them, and when they've seen too much, they'll begin to lose their mind. To see how your squad is holding up, open the squad menu with Q, and then look at each member's picture, and if they're doing okay, they'll casually be looking from left to right. If noticeably frightened, they'll be looking around on a panic speed, yes, and if they're close to cracking up, they'll be shaking uncontrollably. And to reduce your squad member's fear level, try giving them a weapon, or get them to follow you out of the area. Refer to your field manual for more things you can do to calm them down. I already gave him the gun, so you should be okay now, right? Yeah, everybody's happy. Now, if I didn't give him the gun, he'd probably he'd be flipping out a little. Yeah. So then you give him the gun, and then he's happy. And this is the happy place, I think. Oh, I got to hold a button down. Here we go. I've compiled a 5-page report from the autopsy performed on the anomalous corpse that was discovered at the Norwegian outpost. It appears that what we're dealing with is some kind of self-repairing entity that has the ability to morph itself into different biological forms. Access to the medical supplies is limited to myself and Gary, code 1138. So I got that first.
That's the kind of information Whitley was talking about. I gotta find that report.
Yes, indeed. I don't think that does anything there.
Little movie reference.
Yeah. So otherwise I wouldn't have been able to open that. But I know the code now, so once you find the access code, you go to the thing and press E to open it, and they're usually just a series of numbers and may not be labeled, and they're automatically used, so you don't have to make note of them or anything, which is also always nice. And if you needed health, there's some there.
Stock up.
I don't know what we're doing here.
And look, it's another thing. And there's a thing. And I think we can do this one.
Area looks secure.
Okay. And this is what we all been waiting for. Audio recorders allow you to save your progress. Yay!
The save game menu is something you want to work on as well for a patch. It could be a little bit more helpful.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep my other previous saves and see where the heck was I. What's my latest one? Oh, there we go. That's my latest one there.
Yeah, you can rely on autosaves now.
True enough, but I don't do that. That's against my better nature. I just feel more confident when I save. Even if a game autosaves and I can save, I'll save. The game autosaves, I'll still save. But hey. But now we're saved. And now, wait a minute now. No, that's not what I wanted to do. the tab. If you look at the tab, so not only that, you got all those documents that you get, but you also have your actual objectives, so you can see what you're going to do. Gain access to the confirmatory. We did. We still got to retrieve the evidence and keep the team alive, etc., etc. So I think now we got to go back outside here and go to the other area, because we're done here, right? If I'm not mistaken. And I think, well, actually, we can go over here. And we've already got all that. I don't think there's anything else. But this is where I think we, well, we'll come back here later. I think.
Yep.
I don't know if there was anything in here. Oh, dude.
Whitley, this is Blake.
Really nice.
What have you got?
One body. Identification says Childs, no survivors.
Childs.
And what appears to be a
One
character
body
from the movie.
And what?
and some kind of unidentified craft. It looks, well, like a UFO. Colonel. Colonel.
Roger. I'll have a chopper there ASAP. There's a supply crate that was dropped earlier near the base. It contains C4 charges. I want you to rig all the remaining buildings and I'll remote detonate them from here.
Affirmative. I'll contact you when we're finished.
Collect them. And try not to get dead in the process.
Man, I hate this job.
Yeah.
Good input, Burrow.
Yes. No, there. Actually, I'm not going the right direction. And this is already, yeah. So we gotta.
We've got to find shelter.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. These guys are always complaining. Okay, we're going back in here for a second. I'm just going to get everybody warmed up, and then we'll run around. So you've played through this game what, about 50,000 times? Like
every single level many times.
Yep.
I've located every single little hidden secret item in the whole game.
I got it right. See, because it's interesting because I've played through this game before. I played this last week, but my whole methodology when I'm playing a game is I don't focus on trying to remember everything. So then once the game is over, I could play it again because I don't remember where all the stuff is because I don't make an effort to remember. You know.
Good idea.
It doesn't always work, but as you get older, it works plenty. So. No, I can't remember where I'm going now, but I will.
Yeah, this isn't the right direction.
No, I didn't think so. I go back here again.
There's little extra details we added here anyway.
Right.
Because in the original there was just nothing. So.
Yeah, but this is the other thing. Like I say, I mean, but I don't have the C4 things yet. But there's the thing once we do. Or did I? No, I did.
Yeah,
I did pick them up
earlier.
already. I did pick them up. I picked them up beforehand. That's right. And then the other one is elsewhere. Right. You see, because I played it before, I know. Okay, well, I got to pick this up. I got to go here. So I just did everything before I was supposed to. Oh, and I have the alerts. I don't have them turned off, but you don't see them there. So thanks for whoever followed there. Oh, I'm in the wrong door. I think it was in here, right? Yeah, there we go. And return to the evac point.
This was confusing.
Yeah.
Played.
Yeah, because where's the evac point? But I think it's out here.
No,
it's back at the other place. Yeah,
it's the red flares.
Yeah, it is. Right. Exactly.
This is a good rationale for wanting some kind of little compass.
Yeah.
Because I think when the level designers were making this, it was obvious to them.
Yes.
To go,
Well, to me, that's one of the reasons why. Oops, there we go. No, this isn't it either. What have I done? See, I'm okay. Well, first things first. Oh, there we go. It's around the other side of this, I think. No, it's not. No, it's over. It's still over there. Just a second. I'm going back in. I like being healthy. When I'm healthy, I'm happy. It's got to go through this door. Go it this way. Back, and there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like when you've played through a game, everything is easier. You know?
Mm. Yeah.
And when you haven't,
Colonel, we've completed the explosives placement.
people look
Standing
at you
by
like
for
you're
evac.
stupid because you can't figure
Anything from
stuff out,
Alpha
you know.
Team?
But
Negative.
So it's
Could be the
not
storm.
recent at all.
no.
Must be. I've been getting partial transmissions for the last hour or so. I'm going to assemble my team. When the chopper arrives, I'll have it drop me at Alpha's rendezvous.
Negative. You have your orders, Captain. Don't put this mission in jeopardy.
I understand, Colonel, but I don't have much choice. Pierce's team is in trouble.
Yes.
Besides, if there are any survivors, I'm the only one on the team that speaks Norwegian. Blake out.
Level 2. Let's go.
And off we go. Oh, I should have.
Blake, you read me.
I should have took their stuff.
Roger, Colonel, this is Blake.
Oh,
Have you found anyone yet?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nothing yet. I just arrived. The storm is worsening. May take a while to find anything.
Looks like that little stunt of yours might pay off.
I don't understand, Colonel.
I received a partial transmission from Pierce. He's found something. Might be research. Find him and get back to me ASAP.
Affirmative. Did he say if there were any hostiles in the area?
Negative. No hostiles.
Okay, I'm on it. Blake out.
But there's a good example. See, because I played through it before, and I know the fact that you like those other guys are gone now, so it's just you. But if you knew that ahead of time, you could take their stuff before you went to the evac, and then you'd have all their weapons and things. But
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that happens in some other games too, isn't it? If you know an NPC is not going to come back, you can take their items and stuff off of them. Or if you know there's some scripted thing that's going to kill them off in another game.
Or they're going to get eaten or something, and you can grab all their stuff at least. But oh well. And the light poles act as a guide between locations when blizzards hampered visibility. You use them to help you discover new areas, but don't be afraid to explore beyond them because you very often have to.
There was a really weird bug in this level.
Mm-hmm.
If you ran, so there's a pit to the
Christ,
right
that's gotta be a few thousand volts.
where
I gotta find the power source.
it has like a little cutscene.
Yeah.
But there was a bug where when you activated that cutscene, it would blow up barrels across the map and kill an essential NPC.
Fresh flare. Couldn't
That
have
was
been here
interesting.
too long.
Here we go. And
Oh, do you want some random trivia that doesn't really matter?
sure.
That light there is interesting. The one that's flickering.
But that?
Originally the game. So the game runs the game logic slower than what you see on screen, because it was a game designed for multiplayer, so it has the client server architecture stuff, and that light was set up to fluctuate at a specific speed, but we increased the game logic speed to fix a bunch of physics bugs. And we found out that light was being limited by the game logic speed, so it was flickering every single, when we turned the speed of the game up, like the update rate, that light flickered every single frame. It looked really strange. But I don't know,
just little things that someone who's playing the game isn't going to know this, but it's
this light was interesting.
right. Oh, and here, just a second here. I just got to. I just want to move my keyboard chart so I can see it. There we go. Back we go. And this door, of course, doesn't open. Am I going backwards now? No, I can't tell. We'll find out.
Right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
The scary.
Yeah. Now I can go out there now, or I can just continue on. Oh, wait a minute now. See, there I go. I lost my direction. There we go. This is it. And we find our new friend. So-called.
Identify yourself.
Captain, it's Carter. Christ, where's everybody?
What happened here?
Something. I don't know what they were, but they attacked us. I thought they was part of the... Wait a minute. Don't you come any closer. Where the hell did you come from anyways?
A chopper brought me in. From the U.S. Research Station, 5 clicks south of here.
I'm hurt pretty bad.
Don't move. I'll see what I can do.
Yep, if you or a squad member is injured and no medic is available, you have the ability to heal yourself or others on your own using medical kits. And each squad member will indicate their need for health by showing I need health icon over their head. And when this is visible, you can use a medical kit on the injured member by approaching them and pressing E. Hey. Alternately, if you equip a med kit in the inventory screen, you can heal a member by approaching them and hitting the middle mouse button and doing that and this and that and the other thing. To see how much health they have, hit the squad the menu, of course. And if they're kneeling on the floor, they have been downed and will bleed to death after a few moments if not healed. So be sure that you or your medic move quickly to heal them when they're in this condition. So there you go. Oh, this is the guy.
I got cut deep.
I know you did.
Interesting thing here.
Yep.
So he shouldn't... I don't know why the game makes you aim at him with auto-aim, but just don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay, dealing with trust. Now, Carter isn't sure if he trusts you, and he won't cooperate with you unless he does. Try giving him a weapon and some ammo, which I could have gotten off the other guys, but too bad. Go to the squad menu and highlight him, and I could give him my gun, but that doesn't make any sense.
I'm okay. Area looks secure.
But are you on my side now? So I'll hit Q.
He's neutral.
He's good. All right. So he'll follow us around, which is nice. And, of course, there's another fire extinguisher, because you can't have enough of those. You can't.
Nah, they only follow you at green trust.
Oh, right. Exactly. So he's still there. That's right. But at least we're in between. He doesn't completely trust me. He's not going to follow me, but he doesn't think I'm an enemy. The closed circuit TVs are useful information gathering, and which you can use when you got the power up, but I don't think I have this up. I got to get the power up in this room. And I can't save or anything, see? And there's some health there if you want. And no, that needs an access code. And there it is. It's a lab junction box, but I need the dude.
I need an engineer.
And that's what he is.
It's like a mini puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I did this last week. And do I remember what to do? Nope. Well, and yeah.
I need an access code.
I need an access code, but in order to get the access code, I need to get the thing going, and yeah. But now,
this mission is bullshit.
See, I can't blow those up because he's there.
You could give him your gun, get him to follow you, take the gun back,
right.
Shoot the box, shoot the barrels, get another gun, give it to him.
Exactly right, and but there is another way around this, though, I think, but I can't remember but I can't remember exactly what it was.
If you want to be risky, there's a gameplay feature called coercion, where if you haven't made a save though, it's scary. But,
yeah, exactly, man.
I don't know how well it works, but if you aim at his head for 5 seconds. He will pop up. It'll pop up a menu, and you can tell him to do something. He'll lose trust in you,
right?
But it's an alternative to giving him the gun if you don't want to give it to him.
Right. Oh, I don't mind giving him the gun because I'll just take it right back. Hopefully, I should be able to. But there's another way to do this, though, if I'm not mistaken. See, I can give him the gun, but I don't have any bullets. No, I don't even have the gun. Is that right? No, only ammo.
Oh,
right.
If you've taken the pistol off that guy from the last level, or
exactly,
given it to him.
Right.
Oh.
So right, exactly. So you know ahead of time that those guys are going to be gone. You can take their stuff, and then you just give them the gun. Right. But there's nothing here to give, so because I don't have the gun anymore. Well, I'll try this anyway.
Will get us out of this.
They're a good shot.
There you go. I'm not giving you all the bullets. Though. Now he's happy. Come over here, man. Oh, I got to tell him.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, he was blocked.
Now you can't, because I was in the way.
All right. Don't look so good now, huh?
Give me your gun there, will you?
Hey Josh, if you're reading this, chat, I have an important mission for you. Give everyone back at Nightdive a huge hug for all this great work you're doing.
There you go.
I will do.
Oh, I can't take this. I can't take it because the trust is too low. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, this didn't work out so good.
Oh, wait, why did he...
Well, maybe because he's now...
made him lose trust?
I'm not sure how. Oh, because I went to
Oh.
give... Oh, I took... maybe I
stuff?
did take it away, did I?
Oh, okay.
But he'll go
Oh, now it's
back
going
over
back to
there
his
again.
spot.
Well, that's okay
Oh,
because
no.
now I got this on and I can save at least. And do other things.
You
And I
can
can get the
save,
I can get
and
the I can get the code from the door.
In here that can help me.
I think it's if I can remember where it is. I'll find it. There we go. Out here. That's it.
There it is.
That was another minor change we made. So originally that text was blue. We made it red.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a
Just
lot
to
more
make it a little bit
visible.
more
Yeah.
visible.
What's this guy saying? Anyway, that's all I need in there, I think. And I can do this, which gives me
Some
the access,
lore.
the more lore. We're all going crazy. This thing in the ice. Don't know who is human and who isn't. Morale is low, and I don't think our chances are good. And hey, I will do a save over the. See, look, it was the 7th. It wasn't even a week ago, and I still can't remember. That's okay.
Yeah. Originally those save games had the time played instead of the date.
Right.
Which was pretty confusing because the time played, it could be any playthrough, couldn't it?
I wonder if I can. Well, well, there's guns in there if I get in there, but I got to get him away from it, so I could give him the gun again. But then I'd have to take it back and shoot it before. And this, I think, is going into the other room.
Yep.
Where the is this okay? Is this worth doing?
Yeah, I mean this is the
Right.
objective.
Right, but I'd like to get a gun to get that guy with me, and I'm not sure if it.
If you
I mean, I can
give him the gun.
I can give him the gun again, and then walk over here, and then get the gun from him, and turn really quick, and blow the door open.
Yeah, could do. There's another gun in this level outside as well.
Oh, right, okay, but there's other things in here too, which is worthwhile. So.
No way. I don't trust you.
No, I didn't think so. There you go. And
Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome, buddy. Maybe I could give him the gun and no bullets. That'd be good. Oh, I gotta get you to follow me. Oops. Coming? You mope.
What's he doing? Don't be broken now.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, come all the way over here.
He's an ugly mother.
What if you ask him to stay there and then take his gun if he'll move or not?
Stay.
Okay.
And then give me the gun.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Just trying to... I did it again. There we go. Now...
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, did it again.
Huh? Oh, I did it again. Yeah, I did. I clicked it again.
Bit confusing.
This will go in after a while anyway. Use item is that. That's going out anyway.
Blowtorch. don't know if you can give them the blowtorch.
Good question. Or good point. Yeah. I thought
This,
I thought there was ammo in here. Maybe not.
This room is one of the rooms that we changed drastically. In the original game, this was just a storage room with some boxes, but we added tons of like new details and infirmary stuff.
Well, I can leave them in here anyway, and then and go out. And once I get a gun, I can go back. So.
Yeah, I can show you where the next gun is if you want.
Okay. Like I said, I've been through this. Next time when I play it, we'll probably. I'm good for another half hour here anyway, and then I gotta let her go. But next time when I play it, I'm gonna resume from where I was before. So. Oh, there's more dudes.
Blake, where'd you come from?
I received some partial transmissions from Pierce. It sounded like there was a problem.
Shit, you got that right. We got ambushed by these things. I don't know where they came from, man. Everybody lost it. The squad split up.
Have you talked to Pierce?
I got part of a radio message from him. He said he was at the north section of the base. He was talking some medical mumbo shit. He said he wanted to talk to the colonel.
The colonel hasn't contacted you?
Man, I haven't heard shit from anyone.
Let me try my radio. Blake to Colonel Whitley, do you read? Blake to Colonel Whitley, urgent. Alright, let's head north and get Pierce.
Gain access to the north section. I mean, I could just leave the guy here, but...
Good thing to do.
He wasn't very helpful anyway, so... I don't think there's anything else in this place. Or,
oh, yeah. There's a junction box in that room over there that needs to be fixed as well.
Over in there. No, that's not it. Over here.
Yeah. I was leaning around my monitor trying to...
Likewise, I do the same thing, so... I thought there was something here. But we need the guy, or... No, wait a minute, we'll see. Yeah, we need the guy for this, yeah. I could take this... There is another gun around here?
Yeah. If you go outside back to the where you came in from,
yeah,
you might have to have a bit of a round trip, but
oh, so I got to go out of here. So
be
back
prepared
here
to fight.
Oh yeah, because buddy, there's a little dude that's around in here, right? The guy we had a cutscene from before.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay.
Once I go in.
No, I think you can just go in.
Oh.
Grab supplies.
Oh, no good. Well, I get bullets. More healthiness. Yeah, I just got a blowtorch. I still just got... Maybe I can give him the blowtorch. Maybe that's... Oh, wait a minute.
Tons of grenades.
Grenades, yeah.
I know what's in here. It's nothing.
Yeah. There's always some place with nothing. That's more bullets. So there is no gun in here.
Oh, it's outside. You have to go
Oh,
all the way
right,
outside
okay.
and
Right.
wrap around.
Oh, and the junction box is done, so now that's this place should... No, it's not done. No, it's not done.
No, not yet.
Is it this?
Yeah, I see that light pole.
Yeah.
There was a fun bug in this very area. The if you brought your NPC companions down here, they'd get stuck and they would never move again. And this was about 2 days before he released. It's not this way, but there's some cool details out here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a backseat gamer.
No. It's okay at this point because, like I say, I've played through this already, and normally I am totally like anti backseat, let me play the game sort of thing. But at this point, it's
scary.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Gun 2.
There we go.
And a weird camera angle.
Damn it. There's gotta be another way into this place.
Well, there's gotta be a way. Oh, but at least I'm healthy again. So now I can go back and get the guys.
Yeah.
And he can fix the junction box, etc., etc. See, and I must have done... No, you know what? I didn't do that the last time. Because the last time I took the weapons from the guys. Wait a minute.
Don't go in there.
What? No, not there.
Don't
No. That's the electrified room we're trying to shut off. So, and the other guy didn't show up either. The little.
You will soon.
Yeah, exactly. Where's this guy? Did he die? Has he gotten eaten? Oh, there he is, just hanging out. All right.
Oh, you can give him the blowtorch. Oh, that would have been good.
But wait a minute. No, so where's the other gun? I don't have two.
There's two.
Of them. Oh, there is two. Right. Because, yeah.
Maybe
so I can give him one of them. So why not? Oh, I did give him one. So there you go. And now I just got to give him some of the bullets. You can have 100.
Yeah.
Lock and load. You
He'll
coming?
follow you.
He will. There you go.
This guy just trusts you, so.
And he's got no gun either. But
he's a soldier, so he's more effective with a gun.
True.
Could let them do the fighting for you.
Yeah, true. I could give him the blowtorch, but I didn't really want to give it up yet. Let's get this done first. Where's the guy? I thought you were following me.
Did he not follow you? Oh.
I told him. Oh, maybe I did the... Oh, there we go. So this... All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So now there we go. Come on. There you are. We'll go open this thing first. Hello? You coming?
Where is he? Oh. Oh, you're stuck, I think.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
You know where to go, right? There he is. Right on.
I think he's following you yet.
I don't think he will, no.
No, he will. You just need to get him to.
Well, he needs a gun, right?
No, he trusts you.
Oh. Okay. He's just not... No, he's not moving in. He's not moving at all. What? Wait a minute. Let's...
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
He said okay now. That's... there he comes.
I kind of want to see how effective he is with the blowtorch.
Well, here, let me see.
I bet he's going to end up setting his teammate on fire.
Oh man, yeah, but this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to give him one, because he's.
That's fair, yeah.
Because you never know what they guys, and especially if they happen to get feared or afraid or paranoid, and then they're just blasting everything, you know, for no reason whatsoever. It's kind of there. Well, he took it.
Yes, sir.
Damn,
Okay.
trusts you fully now.
This mission is bullshit.
Oh, here we go. That was the trigger. Oops. You done?
I really like the squad gameplay in this.
Where the hell's the ammo?
What? Are you telling me you don't have any ammo again? You got 50. Oh, he doesn't have any. See, he used up all the.
Didn't give him any.
What? No. The blowtorch guy. He's used it all up.
He gave him the ammo.
Oh! I thought it was in there. Okay, so, yeah. See, there it is. Yeah, I didn't give him the power up stuff or whatever. I should be able to just zap this. There you go.
We got company.
You guys done or what? All right. Now this is over. There we go. Never played the original? Oh, this is the way to play it now. Like, definitely. I mean, regardless of which version you played in the past, this is easily the way to play it. All right, it's still very reminiscent of the original version. It's very much like so, but it's just much easier to handle, easier to deal with. The quality of life improvements are great, but it's the same game, just much more manageable and whatnot. And plus a lot more options for you to adapt the gameplay to the way that you'd like. Very well done. Although smaller beasts can be easily dealt with conventional weapons, killing larger form requires two-stage attack. First, you got to use a standard weapon to weaken it, and then once the beast is in a critical state, you finish it off with a flamethrower or a blowtorch. Right? Fire is the only known way to properly kill these beasts, so be sure to keep a good stock of fuel on you at all times. There you go. Rescue the Alpha Team.
Oh no, he's got the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Chaos.
If I get a gun, I'll swap it out.
Yeah, there's a few guns in this level.
Yeah. Get out of the way. Well, you can always save. Where am I here? Here I am. Yeah, I'll just use this one. You sure? Yeah. Nothing else in here. But yeah, I don't like giving those guys. It's not so bad if they're still trusting, but if they're not, you're asking for trouble. And yeah, I'm wasting bullets.
Okay, my whole body's numb.
Well, then open the door. We'll go in. There we go. Oh, we gotta use the door.
Cold as shit.
I know. But we're in now. Bump, bump. Ennio Morricone's little bump, bump. From the original. Oh, here we go.
Hold it.
Pierce, it's Blake. It's okay. Put your weapon down.
No way. You're infected just like all the others.
I'm not.
Your word ain't shit, Captain. I found a report that says the only way to prove you're not one of those things is through a blood test. Now, there's a medical kit near the kennel. You go get it and come back here, and I'll watch you do the test.
Find 3 bread kits. There's a key.
There's a really terrifying bug in this level.
How's that?
This was one day before we locked the game down for release. And the blood test kits you're supposed to get would fall through the floor.
Oh.
And the game would be soft locked.
Yeah.
But fixed that in time, luckily.
I'm just gonna go over this one. All right.
Area looks secure. Area looks secure.
Yeah. I would like a different gun though. Oh yeah, it's off from this, and I think it's this way. It might not be. I think it's this way.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of weird looking.
It's a doorway to get in there, isn't there? Yikes, you guys. You got more bullets. Reload. How are you doing on bullets, buddy? 28. Okay. Oh, now I got more stuff I can give that guy to. Here, 170. Okay. And back to this other fella. Well, he's doing okay, but I'll give him more stuff anyway. Oh, he's full. All right, never mind.
Don't look so good now, huh?
No. Blood test typos. The blood test typo you recently picked up is specifically designed to expose the virus entity when it exists in a human host. You can use these to make sure a squad member is really human and to prove to your squad that you're not infected to boost their trust. To use a blood test, equip it in the inventory menu, approach and press the button. To use it on yourself, stand in front of your squad mates, go to the inventory and press 1. Be tactful about using blood test typos. They're a rare item. You won't find many. And we've only got one. We got to find... Oh, no, there we go. 2, 3. Alrighty. Then we get to go back. Actually, this will be pretty good. Wait a minute.
It's cold as shit out here.
You're darn tootin'. Oh, man. Well, oh, my. Let me get out of here.
Chat message.
Read the chat
this
message?
game originally came out in 2002, and the prequel movie came out in 2011. I always mistakenly remember this game as following the story of that movie, rather than taking place after the 1980 movie.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. It kind of looks like it would fit more in the prequel. Oh!
Yeah,
Died by exposure.
It's my fault.
Oh, no. Get inside, quick. Get inside, quick.
That's what I'm trying.
Quick, quick, quick. Press H. Press H. Quick heal.
Oh, heal. That's right. H, I forgot.
You just made it.
I was gapping there for a second. I looked down and said, "Holy crap!" And then I wasn't sure where I was going to be able to get to. But we did it. This is why I like quick saving. See. But hey, what are you going to do? So anyway, now we should be able to hopefully get back without. Oh, more crap.
No.
Yeah, more crap. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you. Yeah, well, don't get in the way.
All right. I'm okay.
He knows it's friendly fire. It's okay.
Oh, friendly fire doesn't hurt. Okay, good.
Oh no, it does hurt. So they don't mind it if it's in battle.
Right. No, it's just no.
We got company.
Get out of here. This place is on fire. Come in.
Miss medkits though.
Yep.
Oh, little secret.
Yep.
Those boxes behind you.
Yep.
Break them.
There we go.
Yeah.
I usually do. I'm all about blowing up boxes.
What? I didn't actually know there was a medkit in that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody else put that there, bro. Look, everybody's reasonable. Okay, actually, so if I gotta put the nope, wrong. F. Get out of
Somebody in the chat recognized me. Ayo, Slutty. Slutty acknowledged my existence. Acknowledged.
There we go, and there. Yeah. I'm just looking at them, then I should be able to zap them, right?
There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And same thing.
Thanks.
Welcome. There, we're good. You're good enough.
This mission is whacked.
You're darn tootin'. Okay. Let's see if we can't get back and
I don't
do the
know
blood
what
test.
we're doing here.
I don't know either. I think it's over this way.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I gotta save, I'm telling you. There you go.
You got the kit? Good. The report said the hypo contains a chemical that reacts with blood. Do it. We'll soon know, one way or another. Now I'm gonna show you what I already know.
Quote from the movie.
Maybe you will get us out of this.
Whoopsie-doo.
We've got company.
Oh, wait a minute. That was too soon. I didn't even do the other guy.
It's infected.
Yeah. Well, they were infected anyway. I know that, but but at least you can get their weapons, which is always nice. But yeah. Is that it? Yeah. I think if we go over here, he auto starts to talk. I think. Doesn't he? You gonna say something? See, I've got to save. There we go.
Make sure you pick up the guns.
I thought I did. No, I can't pick up these other ones. Like that's the like I've already got them or something.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there we go. What's your
Yeah.
problem? Oh, you know why I was pressing reload.
Ah.
No, see, I just did it again.
Ah,
Or yeah, just pressing the wrong key. That's all.
nice. All supplied up.
Yep. There's nothing else in here because we already got it. And I think if we go to exit, that's when he'll start to talk to us, right?
No, I think the exit just happens.
Ah, okay. We leave the door and then we hit the thing. Mark Morningstar, hello, greetings.
Pierce! Pierce!
God damn it.
Oh yeah, and he
Pierce
takes off.
must have got lost behind me somewhere.
All right.
Pace! What the hell are you doing?
Blake, is that you?
He's the
Oh,
guy.
man, I'm glad to see
I remember
you.
him.
Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me, you jackass. Now let's get inside.
What the hell happened?
Look, man, me and Williams were tracking this weird animal through the base, and we lost him in the storm, and then we ran into a Swede.
Norwegian.
Yeah, the Norwegian guy. Well, he started shouting and attacking me, and I started chasing him, and I lost him in the storm.
What about Williams?
I lost him too.
Christ.
Okay. Well, I'll load up here and then. Oh, actually, there's no savey point in this area, is there?
I think the next save point is in the cafeteria.
Okay.
But there's autosaves at the start of each level in different
Right,
places.
right, exactly. So, but this would be... Because we're not going to... And I don't think there's anything else around here. Is
This
there?
area looks alright.
This area looks alright, yeah. Sure.
Man, it's freezing
Yeah,
out here.
his voice lines are different to the subtitles for every other character. His lines were specially modified for him.
Oh. Oh, no. They're a fuse box. You good? Oh. Oh yeah, here's the room. All the steel boxes. Yeah, because I've just got a few minutes here, and then I gotta actually...
We got some company.
Yeah, company.
Man, we're gonna die here.
Oh yeah, we got open. Is this the beginning of the whole big fight here now, or is there a place where I can save? And because I'm gonna probably stop the stream here now anyway.
Yeah. This is one of those rooms that has a big scariness factor in it, which is what makes them afraid.
Look, I'm all right. It's okay.
What's up with him? He needs ammo or what?
Needs ammo.
Oh, I can help you out with that a little. You happy?
Okay.
Okay.
We got some company.
Always. Where'd it go? Ah!
I'm really happy with how the aiming system came out in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, like I said before, it was just horizontal aiming in the original, but I think the way the way we adapted the aiming system to be more modern, it's like it is like a complete modern interpretation of how it used to be, with being able to look up and down and whatever. When you go into combat, the camera comes closer to character.
Man, we're gonna die here.
Yeah, and also it doesn't make a change to the overall gameplay, really. I mean, it just makes it smoother and much more agreeable, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could really complain. Because then you're
I
just
think everyone likes it.
Yeah, because it's not a capable of administering a 5,000 volt charge. The stun gun will temporarily disable a target and cause them to drop their weapon. Great as an alternative to killing a potential squad member who's behaving in a hostile manner. Be warned, using the stun gun on a squad member will cause them to lose trust in you, no doubt. Ah, you pukey guy.
That is a special node in the level called a puke node.
Stay the hell away from me, I'm warning you.
Oh, yeah.
Williams, I need your help.
Bullshit. You're infected just like the rest. Come any closer and I'll fry your ass.
Listen, I found Pace.
Barrel.
I just need to get into the comm room to call for assistance. Do you have access?
Yeah, I've got access. But I ain't going nowhere with all those things out there. You kill them, and I'll help get us out of here.
Yeah, smarty pants.
Is it human?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you can save in here or not.
Right there.
Where's it? Over here?
On that table to the right.
To the right? Oh, here we go. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I've already done this anyway, but it's nice to be able to save it and then overwrite it. Because then I'm going to get out of here and get something to eat and all that sort of stuff. But hey, anyway, great. Great. So yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the original game for me was fun enough as it was. although it could be incredibly frustrating at spots and whatnot. And that's the thing about this particular remaster, is that it certainly makes it much more playable, and without changing the overall aesthetic, you know. So brilliant job on it. Awesome.
Big shout out to the art team.
Oh, for sure. So no specifics about anything that you're working on next, or that you can disclose, or?
Oh, well, right now I'm working on System Shock 2.
Oh, right. Very good. And of course, no idea when that's going to be happening exactly.
No date yet.
No, but it's been underway for a while now. So
it's
excellent.
Very much in development.
Yep, beautiful. So anyway, thank you very much for dropping by. It was great chatting with you. And
yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. So that's it for me. So by the way, is there anywhere on social media or whatever that you can? I should have asked you before, and then I could have put links in the chat there for. If there's somewhere that people can get in touch with you if they wanted to see what you're up to.
Well, let me I'll say my online nickname, but then I'll post a message in the chat.
Yeah, sure.
It's Slarty Barty, and you can find me on Twitter, Discord, Steam, whatever.
Yeah, actually, if you can, just put a message in the chat. That'll be great.
Here we go.
Meanwhile,
Josh.
There you go, Slarty Barty right there. And meanwhile, I'll be on my own channel later on. I'm playing more Shadowcaster for December, and I normally stream here on Saturdays as well, but I probably won't tomorrow because I was here today. So there you go. But I'll be continuing through the December thing for throughout the week. Next Tuesday, I'll be back here. We're going to continue with Soul Reaver, more of the Soul Reaver remaster. And next week, I'm going to continue with more of the thing. So I'll take it up where I left off the last time. So perfect. So anyway, thanks again for dropping by, everybody. And thank you, Josh. It's been a pleasure. So we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon. So take care, everybody. Ciao for now.
Yep. See ya.